You gotta hit the bell icon, then you have to hit all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll try that.
All
But
right,
even
well,
if I go into videos,
we're live now, so just so you guys
it's
know.
still not there.
We've been live for exactly 14, 15, 16, 17 seconds. So anyway, so Dallas says he can join. Hello, Crazy Catnip. Actually, Catnip, you can join as well if you want. Just message me on Twitter. What else do I need here?
You need to do your intro.
Yeah, I already did. Oh, no, I guess I didn't really. Welcome to the Jen's Little Corner After Party. We are joined, of course, by Jen. We have also my friend Matthew Randall with us. Pikachu the Gay Atheist is with us. This time his audio actually works, so he doesn't have to sit there looking foolish. And we have the Bible Belt Atheist as well. And more people might be joining us, so give me uno momento. Talk amongst yourselves, guys.
I wanted to ask Neil, since he's being monetized now, if we have to watch our behavior like me and Duke. Okay.
Are you actually monetized now, Neil?
I am, yes.
Oh, well done.
That's awesome.
Yes,
that
indeed.
is awesome.
Neil has come a long way since his channel first started, and I'm so proud of him. He's fucking awesome.
It's a skill coming a long way, apparently.
I just talk to people now. That's all I do, and apparently people want to hear about it. So,
out of everybody who had, everybody has a uniquely unique.
Uniquely channel. Unique.
Well, yeah, but yours is totally different because yours is one of the few that you interview people. Everybody else.
There's a lot to do that.
Well,
there's quite a few.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to be on Beelzebub's. He's going to interview.
I know.
Me
I heard
I
about
think
that.
the 14th or whatever, which I'm kind of ecstatic for that. But anyways, I just. But you got all the big names, the big huge names who've been on there forever. Apologia and.
Actually, I'm getting Apologia on my show. We've been talking.
Oh, lovely!
That's awesome.
Oh well, I might have to hit the after show for that one.
Just
because I want to give Paul shit.
All right, I'll let him know.
I haven't had a chance to do that. Give Paul shit since he was on a stream with Meredith that I was in.
Oh, cool.
So I gave him shit then, and I intend to give him shit again.
Oh well, Paul's good people. Ultimately, man, he's when I met him, he was
Paul's lovely,
such a good guy and funny, really funny.
He and Shannon, two of my favorite people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. I was pretty stoked to be able to get to meet them. Yeah, most of them are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm jealous as fuck. So.
I know. And then I saw Mero and
Holy
Sarah.
Yeah, I am really pissed about that. I didn't get. I mean, that's in my own country, and I didn't. Well, it's the other side of the country, but I didn't get to go to that. So I'm hoping I can do that next year, though.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah,
kind of be my aim.
Fuck! I can't wait for Faithless Forum this year because so many more people that I know now are going to be going down to check this out. Like I'll most likely be sharing a room with Lavender Lady.
Oh wow! Diana is another one of my favorite people.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Diana's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
I'm gonna try to get Faithless. I'm gonna try.
Her and Jen Morgan.
Jen's good too.
Yeah.
All right, hang on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it down to Faithless Forum this year. I might bring along one of my friends. I'm not sure which one though. But they'd have to get tickets, so.
Your mom lets you have friends?
I'm
fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I had the ability to go to that.
Hey.
Still. Fuck.
Hey, Dallas. Sorry, Jen. That doesn't equal more estrogen, but Crazy Catnip says that she'll probably jump in a little later, so someone could probably swap out or something at some point.
Yeah,
so I've got some tablets here if you guys want to up your estrogens.
No, that's okay. I like mine where it's at. I cry during sad movies. That's and I use a pink loofah when I shower. So
He's a pink loofah.
Given that in the Renaissance era, pink was a boy's color, not a girl's color, then
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They actually have. I think somebody talked about it. That Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the early pictures of him when he was in his childhood, was like in a dress and shit. And
well, yeah,
Well,
they used to do that.
Yeah.
There was no pink and blue either. It was all white. Every child was in white.
White, yeah. Up until about preschool age.
Yeah.
Ernest Hemingway was the same.
And I've heard that they even called boys girls at one point in time because they couldn't tell the difference or some shit.
Yeah. Well, without looking at the plumbing, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think pink's necessarily a feminine color. I don't think it's the most appealing color, though.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I've worn pink. It actually looks good on me. So,
what wouldn't, Neil?
If I could get a
Badger, Badger's waiting in the wings here. No, buddy, we're full. You're gonna have to wait a bit, and it's like stupid o'clock in the morning. There, go to sleep.
Badger's
but Badger's fun.
I know. You know,
at least then it's animal hormones, not human hormones.
Yeah. If you want it in, buddy, you're gonna have to wait a bit, but you can hang out and listen if you like.
But if I could get a hold of a pink Jackson soloist, USA made, like that hot pink 80s color, I would totally buy one.
Would you? Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Because I have the blue one, the trans blue, and then I have the trans red SL3 soloist, and then the wood grained Randy Rhoads one. Nice. So I think hot pink would be sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd look like you were the guitar player from Poison.
Yeah.
CC had a pink. He had a hot pink Flying V or some shit, I think. If I remember correctly. Anyway,
flying V's are a pain in the ass to play, especially sitting down.
Well, they're big body guitars, right? So
yeah, very.
Well, and you're right; they slide off your lap because there's no little hook, right? So
that's why you gotta prop the.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
I have all these guitarists, and it's one instrument I can't play.
Oh.
You got to prop the bottom wing between your legs,
you got to prop the bottom between your legs,
and then hope it don't move. Because when the bottom moves, it'll ruin your whole session.
Oh, I could tell you stories.
The bottom's moving, you have shit.
Some bottom's moving and me losing my shit, and we're not talking about guitars. Yeah, that's right.
If the bottom's not moving, you probably didn't tip her enough.
Old ladies.
Let's just say I went past the tip.
Yeah, he wanted just the tip, and they wanted more than the tip.
All right, I promise I'll stop being a perv.
But that's what makes the show great. Being able
what
to
do
be
you
a
guys?
perv.
What do you guys think about this? I saw on a Twitter post that the Catholic Church might be owing $4 billion in lawsuits right now due to all these cases.
Yeah, Hemet Mehta has a video on it. Hemet Mehta has a new channel. Yeah, he has a new channel. I just watched it a couple days ago, I think it was. But yeah, he because of there's no apparent statute of limitations on this, so they're just they're opening up a window or something. Yeah.
Well, I know
the sad part is it won't destroy the church. What it will do is it will make them claw more money out of their congregations, out of people who can't afford it.
Yep. I'll prey on the weak and the gullible.
That's right.
Again.
Yeah.
A lot of that money will come from the third world.
It'll just come from everywhere. I mean, because me being a former Catholic, the congregations are really sympathetic towards causes, and the more sappy the cause, the more money they're gonna end up getting.
Yeah,
I
mean, look at how much money they raised to rebuild that freaking cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
I find that disgusting when we've got other bigger, more important issues in the world at the moment that we can't get funding for, and people will throw money at a building.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see Notre Dame, it's more of a historical monument than anything. I mean,
Still a
granted,
building.
yes, it is a building, it is a church, granted, but it's more of a historical landmark than anything.
And a rebuilt building is not the original building.
Nope.
Well, yeah. And look at all the wildfires in Australia that Navardia keeps, telling all of us about. I mean, they could have used the money for other things that are like real causes that could help people. But how is rebuilding Notre Dame going to help anybody?
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in that case.
not,
I don't think it's about the help. It's about restoring something that's part of our history.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
But look at this. Like, the Catholic Church doesn't need to own that property.
True.
And the property's worth almost, $10 billion in U.S. currency?
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like Purple said, they got over $2 billion in the first 72 hours to do repairs to that place. That's way more than needed.
Is that a record?
They could do with the rest of that shit.
Now imagine if the fundraiser done by Paul and Shannon and Vice Rhino and that had raised $1 million, what they could have done with that.
Oh, shit.
And that's the thing.
They could put that into refunding their channels or into refunding other programs and other stuff like that, and then getting more traffic to whatever to benefit their stuff, and then
they could do way more than that, dude.
I'm not talking about benefiting their stuff. I mean, all the money from that went to charities to help people. That's where this $2 billion should have gone. I mean, I love historical buildings and I love remembering our history in that, but rebuilding history just for the sake of it when there are more important things in the world, I think is wrong. And it's dreadful that this building burnt to the ground, but throwing more money at it is the wrong approach. Build a different cathedral with elements of the old one.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Sell the location where the current cathedral is to raise the money to do that, and build it in a location where it's actually going to be more useful for people.
That's true too. Yeah. I make it like a memorial building as well for the original.
Yeah, exactly. They could build a memorial area in around Notre Dame, turn it into a commercial lot, make the money off that to build their new cathedral. And you'd still have this place people could go to see the site where this happened. You could go to the new cathedral, which has elements that survived from the old cathedral in it. And they wouldn't have had to gouge out their members for $2 billion.
Well, these are actually voluntary donations. So the part that I have an issue with is
but
the excess over and above the cost should have gone to some sort of charity. I guarantee you.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but instead it probably went to the bankroll of the Vatican.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like the Pope needed new bulletproof glass for his car for some reason.
It's like what Christopher Hitchens said about the, what's her name? That fucking nun.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
That fucking nun.
All the millions of dollars. All the millions of dollars that she got from the fucking stuff that she was doing.
Likes that word.
And she never put that into actually building a hospital in Calcutta that could have actually served people. Instead, she just let people die.
Yeah, but she was more focused on people getting into heaven than she was about actually helping people live the one life that they have.
Well, yeah, because she said that there's beauty in suffering, or suffering will get you closer to God, or whatever. You're a monster. How in the hell did?
Well, that's a church-wide belief.
Yeah.
That's a Roman Catholic wide belief that the more you suffer, the more you can offer your suffering up to Jesus on the cross, and therefore you're going to get higher into heaven.
Right, because he suffered for you.
Yeah. It's a bullshit belief, I know, but that's
And I don't see where it
That's-
matters because
yeah.
supposedly everybody's gonna get to heaven anyways, unless you blaspheme against God.
Oh, fuck
That's
God.
the only way. Yeah, that's the only way you're not gonna get into heaven. Look at Neil. But,
Sorry, I had a moment.
because I even raised that point with theists when I argue with them. It's like you have a bunch of theists come on and say, "Oh, you need to repent or you're gonna go to hell." I'm like,
Repent this
no,
motherfucker.
yeah, I'll show you what to repent.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I tell them that basically everybody's going to get into heaven because all sin. The only sin that isn't forgivable is blasphemy.
or
And
any
just say-
or any mortal sin.
Or you
Especially
know what
those
That's a
that go.
Catholic. That's a Catholic church.
Those really dirty
Yeah, it
ones
is.
that we all love doing.
You know what they'll give? That verse, John 3:16, and they'll say that Jesus, God gave His Son to die for everybody else. Blah blah
Which
blah blah.
he
blah,
didn't need to do
which he
because
didn't.
omnipotence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
the
basically,
omnipotent.
God had a big wank about it because he's fucking duplicitous in everything, and decided, the best thing I can do is carve myself up, send part of me down to earth to get nailed to a fucking cross.
Mm-hmm.
None
of it was necessary.
What
Yeah,
a
he coulda just
fucking nut
forgave.
job this God person is. An absolute fucking nut job. This person needs to get in
All
one
he
of
had
those
to
white
do-
coats that tie up behind the back.
All he fucking had to do was come down here. Like, first of all, why did he pick the Middle East of all the places on the globe he could have gone to with this? There were better record keepers than the idiot sticks there, like the Chinese and stuff. But anyways, he could. I mean, all he had to do was come down and go, "Look, guys, I'm really real. I'm here. You're being a bunch of douchebags. If you don't cut it out, I'm not going to let you come live with me in your afterlife."
There you go.
And
Yeah.
aside from that, why do it 2,000 years ago? You're omnipotent and you know what's coming in the future. You save it till now when you can get on Oprah and prove that you're God and tell fucking everyone.
No, he could have gone on.
You
Neil's
get a god,
podcast.
and you get a god, and you get a god.
You get a God.
You go to heaven and you go to heaven. and
Yeah.
you go to heaven.
I'm terribly sorry, Oprah, but you're going to hell because you're a fucking Scientologist.
Yeah.
But what I find is so hilarious is that God is terrible at predicting things.
Oh yes, he is.
Very.
Absolutely.
Very
And you figure he could have
terrible at
written, like
predicting
I
things.
always say this too, if he's so fucking omnipotent, he could have written the most important book for humankind in any language. Whoever would pick
In
it up.
every
the ultimate
language. He could
would
have
be-
designed a book
Yeah.
that
written
automatically split like amoebas so you could pass them out to people.
Yeah.
And was automatically in the language of the person reading it.
Or he could have never divided people's language anyway. He could have always kept one language.
Just one
but he-
language, yeah.
He kind of
Yeah,
messed
so
it up
this
with
is
Babel.
God's fault that his book is so crap.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that
You
was
figure the first misinterpretation, he'd be down here going, no.
See, look,
That's not what I said.
going back to my thing about the devil is better than God, the devil didn't write a book. Well,
Nope.
unless, of course, you talk about the Satanic Bible, but hey,
Pikachu.
it's never said that the devil actually writes this book. The devil doesn't have an actual book. The devil
Oh,
helped
no.
humanity gain a greater understanding of the world instead.
Yeah, that's true. I
So
think if the devil
which
did
one's
write a
the
book-
good guy here?
I
Yeah.
think if the
the
devil
one
did
the
write
one
a book,
thing you guys were just saying about God making one language, and I was just saying this because I was in a debate with a Twitter sort of back and forth with what was it, Brad Feynman, that fucking
Yeah, I know who it is.
neo-Nazi bullshit on whatever, and he was going off about saying about how everybody was one, I guess you could say one language, whatever, and then God separated and all this and that, blah blah blah, whatever bullshit. And it's like, I mean, really, because he even said that he went on talking about how one world government is bad, and I'm like, what's where's the point in this?
Mhm.
Honestly, I'd much
there's a lot
rather
of-
have a one world government. I think it'd be so much
Yeah.
better.
IQ. I have a copy of the Necronomicon here, actually.
You do?
Well,
I have the
was gonna
Necronomicon as well.
I was going to say, if Satan wrote a book, it would be the Necronomicon versus the Satanic Bible.
Yeah, well, I said about this one world government thing. If we had been invaded by, say, aliens, or some other life from outer space, and I know this is a fucking funny thing to think about, but if we were invaded by some kind of life from, way far away in outer space, then we would not be able to deal with it. We would not be able to deal with it in the state that we are in with the globe that we have now.
No,
any aliens that came here that wanted to take us over, what they do is they come to one country and give them some sort of weapon to fight other countries with, and then go to another country and give them a weapon, and then play us all up against each other and not even fight. They let us kill ourselves and then take over.
If I was an alien race and wanted to take over a globe, I would do some studying first, figure out what things could kill them, and then I would send the viruses to that planet to wipe them all out, and then take it over. There's no need to waste your money on war.
Yeah.
Aside from that,
if any aliens are listening, this is just an idea. So
maybe send them towards the Vatican first.
If you've got a mound that you can sit on, that's just this mound of dirt that's going to be nice and comfortable, or you've got a fucking anthill with little stingers in it, you're going to sit on the mountain that doesn't have the fucking ants in it. We are ants.
Yeah.
We're fucking annoying. There's got to be other planets with less...
there might be
even less intelligent life forms than us that are a lot nicer. So we would be
How are they going to find such place?
Yeah, but it's not just other life to deal with that you would want to have a single world government to deal with sort of situations like that.
Yeah, like if we were dealing with global crisis, like
global crisis,
climate change,
like what you're saying, like that. Yeah, that makes sense, But the whole idea of having, that this, God's going to come back and kill everybody across the world because, the one world government and this.
Are you talking Illuminati shit now?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that people like, Brad Feynman and the rest of them believe.
These guys who argue against the one world government actually want a one world government under Jesus.
Of course.
Yeah, they do.
So, what?
Yeah, they're right against Sharia law. It's the same fucking thing. It's just in your camp.
But what are they going to do? What are they going to do when the one world government does happen and the rest of the other shit doesn't happen?
I mean, it's the same kind of argument Ken Hovind has, where he goes, he doesn't like elected governments. We should be in a theocracy. Yeah. But you'd only be happy with that theocracy, Ken, if it was yours and you were at the top of it.
That's right.
And then you look at this too. The type of one world government that they're looking at is exactly that, a theocracy.
Mm-hmm.
The type of things that we're looking at is a democratically elected system, not a theocracy.
Yeah. It's kind of like how they want freedom, but just they want freedom for them, not everybody else, So
right.
But they love freedom.
On the alien thing here, I think Purple made a good point, and I would have made this exact same point. Oh, wait, no. Of course, I hit the wrong fucking one because somebody else commented.
But I like that one.
I like that one too. That's awesome. No, here's the one I meant to show. What resources could they get from Earth that they could not easily get from an asteroid or uninhabited planets? And that's exactly right. They're not coming here for resources. If they're coming here, it's because they want to fucking eat us.
It would depend. If they were an alien race that was already fighting a war and they actually needed troops, they might come here to enslave us to be troops. That we are the only resource or any other life on this planet that they may actually want that they can't get anywhere else.
That's right.
Well, there is one thing.
And we are warlike.
Yeah. There is one thing that aliens could be coming here for, and that's for material matter. And that's
it's easier to get it from planets that are uninhabited or
matter can be found anywhere. Water can be found anywhere. Like we know
you can even pull. There's a thing called star mining where you can, if you've got better technology than we have,
class 3 civilization.
That's what they would be doing. Yeah,
you can actually pull the matter off a star. So that you can get it's something that we may do eventually to stop our star
if we get there. If we don't blow our
if we survive that long, we may end up. We won't be us anyway by then.
Right
I mean,
now,
we're talking billions of years in the future. Even if our species are still alive, they won't be us. They will have evolved.
Yeah, because we're still evolving.
I mean, us right now, we're barely class 1.
That's right.
We're
you know about
we're still Kardashev 0. We are still Kardashev 0. We do not use all the resources of our planet. In fact, the resources that we do use of our planet, we use very poorly.
Shitty ones.
Last I saw, I believe we're like 0.7 or something like that.
Yeah, we're almost at the point of 1.
Kardashev 1.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
But
and Kardashev 2, we're a long way from. So
way off.
However, it only takes the right sort of new development to actually get us there. For example, if we nut out fusion in the next 50 years and we don't destroy ourselves in the meantime, there is a good possibility we could move quickly from going into Kardashev 1.
Yeah, that's what
then moving to Kardashev 2 quite quickly. Because once you have that sort of power capability, then you've got better capabilities for getting yourself into space
and things come more quickly. It's almost exponential. That's what Asimov thought too when he wrote a lot of
so the movement from Kardashev 1 to Kardashev 2 actually could be an awful lot quicker than what it's been to go from Kardashev 0 to Kardashev 1.
Yeah,
that's always the biggest hurdle.
But I think 2 to 3 is an enormous ask of any civilization.
Well, 3 is galactic, right?
Yes, we would have to have dominance of the whole galaxy, not the universe, just the galaxy.
The Goa'uld.
Yeah, there's possibilities of.
But even the Goa'uld weren't. There were other races that helped them out.
There's possibilities of even higher Kardashev level stuff too, because you could go in to control the whole universe if you wanted to,
like the local
I
can't fathom that right now, dude.
Yeah, I think doesn't it go up to like Kardashev level 5?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Most people don't talk past 3 because
3 makes.
Believe it or not, that's what they dubbed or deemed. Yeah, they deemed 3 to be at least achievable if we keep our fucking heads screwed on properly.
The reality is, we look to be early enough in the time frame of our universe that there isn't any life form that we know of that is Kardashev.
That was Sagan said once. He said we're either too early or we're too late. We've already passed.
And it looks like we are too early. We are one of the early ones in.
Considering the age they expect the universe to go, which is, by the way, trillions upon trillions of hundreds of trillions of years, we would be in the infancy of the universe.
We are in the infancy. So if the current estimate?
Great example we're leaving.
There could be another 2-3 civilizations in our galaxy that are at our level or higher. And none of those are obviously at Kardashev 3, or we'd know about them. There may be some that are a Kardashev 2, because we're not exactly sure what to look for a Kardashev 2, because whilst we're talking about taking all the energy from our sun, if there is other types of energy sources that you can harness, harnessing your sun may not even be a consideration for something that would be equivalent of Kardashev 2. So Kardashev 2 is a big question as to what you'd actually
dark energy plausibility too, right?
Yeah, you have dark matter as well.
Yeah, so could we be grabbing energy from dark matter? Could there be, is it possible to draw energy from the vacuum, etc.?
Right,
There's all these other options that we don't even know if they're possible. That's how poorly we are informed about some of these concepts of quantum physics. We only think we know a lot. We know very little.
Well, in the grand scheme, yes, but we do. For where I think we know quite a bit where it's going to be advantageous at some point.
Well, we could also be in a lot better position than what we actually are if we invested in the right technologies.
Well, if a certain era of our history didn't happen, who knows how much more?
I'm not even talking about the possibility of fusion. We already are very good at gathering solar energy, and part of getting to Kardashev 3 is the ability to gather the energy from your star. We could, if we didn't spend money on some of the other crap we spend on.
It's not through solar panels; it's through direct.
Yes, but solar panels is a good start, and it would get us to an equivalent power level of Kardashev 1.5. We could, if we spent money on the right things, help our own planet out as far as making it better to live on, plus build solar farms in space.
Yep.
And then beam the energy back to Earth that we need.
You capture asteroids into an orbit pattern, and then
we don't even need to do that. We pull the asteroids apart and we build the ships ourselves, so we have full control over them.
You could do that. I'm just thinking
you park them as great big solar farms in space, beam the energy directly back to Earth or to the moon or wherever. You can have moving solar farms on the moon.
You could do a Dyson,
so that they move with the pace that the sun.
You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean.
The moon stays. Like, enormous solar farms.
Yeah, Dyson.
You're talking about like Dysons or Dyson?
Not the sphere.
I am, but we do not have the technology to build a Dyson sphere, but we could build the start of a Dyson swarm.
That's that's the word I was looking
and that would give us the capability of moving past Kardashev 1. We would just skip the whole thing about using all the energy on our planet and go straight to taking it from the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what a Dyson sphere is. What's a Dyson swarm?
It's
the same thing, idea. But you don't build a complete structure around the star. Right. You start building smaller structures around the star so that you can grab the energy.
One of them breaks down,
build
they're
it
easily
over
replaced.
time and they're movable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you build smaller areas and you put them up and you build them as many as you need to maintain the energy level of your requirement. So you don't have to build an entire big structure. And that way you've only got small bits to replace and rebuild.
Definitely Google it.
Basically, here's how it goes. Like, first off, you have a Matryoshka brain, which takes up the most amount of power. Then you have a Dyson sphere, which takes up the next amount of power. Then you have a Dyson swarm, which takes up the least amount of power. Yeah. That's how I would explain it.
Well,
so we're looking at starting to build a Dyson swarm is something we have the technology to do now.
Yeah. Today we do.
We could do that today, and it is a Kardashev 1.5 level technology. It builds to Kardashev 2, so we could skip the whole Kardashev 1 and get right into the middle of it by starting to do this now. Yeah. But we won't be until it's commercially viable.
My only question is, yes, we might have the technology to do that, but how could we do something that would stay stable in orbit? And
wouldn't be in orbit around the Earth.
No, not in orbit. Yeah, I know it'd be in orbit around the sun, but how could we do something that would stay stable and be able to stay in a constant orbit like Mercury, unless you were able to make something the size of Mercury?
No, you've got Lagrange points.
That's exactly. I was just going to say that.
So you'd put it at the Lagrange point between the Earth and the sun. You'd build it as a great big farm, and I mean, we're talking about you could build a farm that was, moon size. I mean, it wouldn't take as much mass as the moon because you're talking of, a lot smaller areas, but a lot more area as far as the solar panels are concerned. And you could build these enormous farms and farm, even if you're only looking at panels that are 40% efficient, you're talking about grabbing a sun over a very large area and then beaming that directly back to Earth with lasers or microwaves.
Also, there's a version of the Dyson swarm that actually doesn't encompass around the sun. It can actually be done on the outer orbital path of the moon of Earth. You can put a bunch of them that collect the sun's rays right next to us, which actually makes it easier
to
transfer that energy.
That's what I said. An initial one could actually be building big solar stations on the moon that are on railroad tracks, and they move with the sun because it's moving so slow on the moon.
Then you got your power to build more of these things and then put them where we want to.
Yeah, and then we can, and it's a lot easier to build shit and launch it from the moon than it is from Earth. So building a base on the moon makes sense.
Yep.
And there's another step too. With you ever see Star Wars, right?
No, never heard of it.
Yeah, in the Star Wars whole entire their canon, their whole story, they build ships not on the planets,
right?
But in
spaceports. Yeah. They do that with Star Trek.
So
don't leave out Star Trek.
The whole idea is that we can kind of take the idea of the concept that maybe building structures outside of Earth, if there's a possible way in the future one day to find a way to build a structure.
Well, our problem is, of course, gravity. We work better when we have some gravity than when we don't. So actually, our time frame for building something in space is a lot slower. So if we could build it in 1/6 Earth's gravity, like the moon, we could still build at a reasonable pace and find it a lot easier to launch what we build into space.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I think the moon's probably a better option as our first shipbuilding yards if we were going to have that than build. But ultimately, if there's nothing to stop us actually building these things directly in space once we get to that point.
And the other thing is that the technology, like when you have a Dyson swarm or a Dyson sphere or a Matryoshka brain, how advanced computer technology would be, how advanced, the internet, or how advanced, or
AI.
even if we have the internet, or AI, or this other things, and how advanced other sort of technologies will be at that point in time as well. So
oh my God. Dallas,
it's not even a thing of do we have the technology to do. We could say, we're talking years in advance of what we can do now. No, everything that we're mentioning about being able to build solar farms in space or on the moon or whatever, building bases on the moon to build other ships, that's all in our grasp now. We have those technologies now.
Yeah, we
can build these things. We could, if we were prepared to put fission reactors on spacecraft, we could be darting around our solar system at speeds that means you could get to Jupiter in 6 to 8 months.
Or even less.
The Vizimir drive. Well, I'm not even talking about direct nuclear propulsion. I'm talking about like Vizimir. If you build a larger starship with multiple Vizimir drives on the back, they are very efficient ionic type propulsions that actually have a lot more thrust than a general ion drive, but require a shitload of power to power them. But if you've got a fusion reactor in space, a fission reactor
ion
in space,
drives
you can power it.
TIE fighters.
Our ion drives aren't quite like that. We don't get the acceleration.
No, I know.
You can get the long-term acceleration and higher speeds out of these things. So we could build ships with, say, 40 or 50 crew that fly out to Mars in a couple of weeks, or go to Jupiter in 6 to 8 months. We could do that now. We have those technologies already. We don't do them because of cost, and we don't see the gain.
Robert X is screaming in the chat. It's all about the money.
It is. It's about the money. And until the private enterprise can see a benefit to investing in these things, I mean, you're always going to have your Elon Musks who can long term see the benefits.
Yep.
But there's not enough Elon Musks out there. And as much as I think that some of Elon's other ideas are fucking ridiculous, I love him for at least trying to think ahead. And we need more Elon Musks because of that.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, hell, if there's any moon in the solar system I'd like to go, or that we should go to, me personally, I think, Titan. Is Europa or Titan.
Titan, for sure.
Yeah, we're looking at that from a scientific point of view. That's not going to be the first choices for private enterprise. The first choice is going to be, and I can't remember the name of the asteroid, but the one they found that they think is about 50% gold.
Damn.
That is going to get... Yeah, they found one that they think is 50% gold. There's actually a planned mission that SpaceX is launching for a private company to go and actually find out. Now, if they find that it is full of gold, how quickly are they going to push behind things to go and mine this thing?
Like that.
And that's what's going to drive the future of space. That, space tourism, stuff like that, that's what's going to drive our future.
Tourism was a gimme.
And we need this future in space. Elon is right. We need to be a multi-planet species. If we have any hope of surviving the next 300 years, we have to become multi-planet.
We got something... I hear this kind of thing all the time. And it's something that astrobiologists will tell you is we have to consider what kind of viruses and bacteria are on these worlds. Because as soon as we get there and start setting up, we could be instantly wiped out.
Assuming there is any life.
If they have water there will be some sort of bacteria.
There will be bacterial life.
Yeah, more than likely. Look, it's no different than in other places where we've gone, where we've encountered new things. And
we figured out
our life. And we are better at our medicines now than we used to be. We have a better understanding of stuff like that. So
agreed, but it's something to keep in mind.
Whilst there's a risk, there's also possible gains, because whenever we've found new types of life, we've also found new treatments for diseases.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think there's a very much a swings and merry-go-rounds here.
Which also ties into what I was going to say before when Dallas kind of reminded me of it with the whole
artificial
AI
intelligence.
thing. Yeah, but it's not really AI. They've developed a new chip, a microchip, like a teeny tiny little thing that will replace neurons in our brains. So when your neurons finally bite the dust, you can put these little chips in and they will function exactly the same way as your neurons function.
What?
Yes. So and they've had multiple tests with rats and stuff like that have been hugely successful. I posted about it the other day on Twitter.
Did you ever read the article about Twitter,
you'll find it
the
there.
rat brain cells that they grew in a culture connected up to a chip and had the rat brain cells fly a flight simulator?
Yes.
Yeah. So a bioelectric computer, basically.
We are going to become a, what's the word?
Transhumanist.
Thank you very much. Transhumanist species eventually. Yep. Many of us already are. If you got a pacemaker, you're already on the way.
The future seen in Ghost in the Shell is something we can probably expect.
Thank you, because I was going to bring that up as soon as I finished sipping on my beer.
And I am so happy for that. I mean, I'm 47 in January. I would be quite happy.
To be, Jen?
Yeah, I know. I never will, though.
I know I'll always be the oldest fuck in this.
I can only imagine, like, they have those technology, like what Neil was talking about. I can only imagine what it will be like when me and Bible Belt get up in our age and they have technology.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that before I kick the bucket, we have new bodies that we can transplant our brains into.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of rooting for too.
Because I would quite happily go the whole Ghost in the Shell thing. Human brain in an artificial body. I've had enough of being an organic life form. I'll happily go the other way for a while.
I have one stipulation. I want my body to look like Bender from Futurama.
I thought you were going to say you want to be well hung.
The thing that
I don't need to be.
Hey, Neil, I need to drop out of here. I have some shit I gotta do. So if Badger wants to come in or somebody wants to come in my place, then it's been a pleasure, y'all. I'm gonna duck out.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Matthew.
Okay. Good to see you, Matthew.
Go do your shit.
Bye.
Oh, have a good one.
Stop playing with shit.
Yeah. Well,
okay, you're in.
Badger, you lovely rodent, you.
Hang on. No, he's probably sleeping right now.
There's one thing I want to say, though, about that with the transplanting your brain. You can transplant your brain, but can you transplant your consciousness?
Yeah.
Well, your brain is
because those are two different things.
Well, but your
one is required for the other.
Yeah.
If you transplant your brain, your consciousness is going to
follow. We are our brains.
Yeah, exactly.
Our consciousness is a manifestation of the firing of the neurons in our brains.
Yeah, I think that's what you guys are saying, because to me it's kind of like the cells. Like your cells die off, and then you have new cells come in that adopt what the previous cells had before, and then it translates over. And our bodies do this all the time.
You're not the same person you were 7 years ago.
I mean, I guess we've all died several times.
Yeah.
You know.
So throughout your life, you would have died millions and millions of times. So the situation is that more or less, I think a lot of these big organizations like what Elon Musk and what them would have really liked to do with, say, transhumanism, is get it to the point where humans could exist as a personality on the internet.
I still like to physically
without having to have a physical.
Yeah, exactly. Matrix.
Yeah.
You know what though? You know, it'd be really cool. We'll all be trans.
Yeah, we'll all be transhumans.
That's right.
That's what some of them like. That's what some people have talked about before. Is going to just having complete existence only on the internet. Completely.
I think that'll happen.
Some people my age are already there.
I'm not,
this is why I love this guy.
Yeah.
No, I know a lot more boomers that are mostly existing on the internet rather than younger people.
I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen X.
But
I'm not old enough to be a boomer.
A lot of young people can't go even 2 seconds without going on the internet. Period. People my generation.
Dude, not just the young ones. I'm like that at work, and my boss is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
"What is it with this you thing anyway?" Because it seems to be an insult that's thrown at anybody who's.
It's not an insult. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, am I supposed to be offended by that? Like, what the fuck?
No, it's a reality thing. Like people in Generation X. The millennials, I meant to say millennials, some Generation X, and Generation Z can't go 2 seconds at all without being on the internet.
What are you talking about?
I see that more though with like my parents or even my grandparents. Like I go a much longer time, without being on the internet than they do.
Yeah.
Or people my parents' age, they're obsessed with Facebook. For me, I check it a couple times a day. That's about it.
Barely ever go on.
But like me, I can't get off of YouTube. Period. I'm on
and
YouTube
Dallas, by the way, you need to be in more of my streams.
I don't watch.
I need to be on YouTube more.
Anymore. All my entertainment comes from either Netflix, Disney Plus, or YouTube.
Disney Plus is awesome, right?
I
The Mandalorian's great
I haven't
too.
watched the next episode yet.
Mandalorian is.
Go watch that after this.
I've been like fuck Disney Star Wars until the Mandalorian came out.
Oh, me too.
I love it.
They tapped right into the way it used to feel.
Right? It's going to be
They
ruined
plugged into
next season.
Oh my god! Oh, I know.
Well, they've only got 4 episodes out.
No. Number
5.
6, dude. No, number 5 I just watched.
Yeah.
I do love the Yoda.
I was just
memes. They're great.
I was just on Disney Plus earlier, and there was only 4 episodes up. Unless it just came out in the last few hours.
Yesterday.
I think Disney said they're going to make
I've already seen it. I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I think they said they're going to make a whole nother like movie saga of Star Wars. They're going to end the
based on new characters. Yeah,
they're going to make they're going to end the Skywalker saga. They're going to start a new one, and the new one's going to be based off of I think it is Anakin Skywalker's Padawan or something like that.
You don't try to
like what they said.
Holy shit, he lives.
Badger way.
He's like, what's all this talk about Star Wars? And suddenly Badger's in it. He's like, I'm back, bitches.
Well, you're hiding down in a bush, were you, Badger?
I wanted to say something. I guess I could say it for Badger too. What they said, Disney said this, that that Anakin's Padawan is a lesbian.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So now you're gonna have every single one of those anti-SJWs when the next series comes out, and Disney says it's gonna be based on Ahsoka, and they're saying Ahsoka's a lesbian. They're gonna go crazy saying, this is LGBT agenda sort of stuff,
Oh, that really pisses me off. That really does. There is no gay or LGBT or trans agenda. There is not.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, most of the anti-SJWs will be doing that because half of them are gay as well.
Ridiculous it is.
Cis people still dominate the airways on television.
Half of them
About fucking time we had a little bit more level playing field with the rest of them.
On the internet.
If there's any agenda, there is a religious agenda in most countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the bad ideas come from, is from the religious. Even if they end up being sprouted by people who aren't religious, that is the root of those bad ideas.
Yeah, and it makes me sad because even a lot of friends of mine say, "Oh, what's with all the gay stuff?" I'm like, dude, are you scared or something?
Yeah.
It's like these people exist and they're part of life. Like, of course they're going to be represented now on TV because
these people, how rude.
No, you know what
they freak out if there's a gay couple in a commercial.
I know.
They think it's some push for some agenda. It's ridiculous.
But, I mean,
I don't know. I think we're gonna have to leave now, Pikachu, aren't we? We've been insulted.
No, you guys know what I mean, and it's like I told you before. Sometimes I say the wrong things because it's.
Oh, don't worry. As I did in the stream, where I just. I referred to as trans guys as abnormal. I'm like, what the fuck?
I could have said these non-people, but that's not what I said. But anyway.
The normal people.
How
we're all normal.
People, yeah. It's so ridiculous how those types of people who react to just react. And
yes, it is.
Completely do all this. That it's laughable. And at the same time, it makes your face palm.
Mm-hmm. It really does. You hear some of the bullshit these people. I mean, especially because we were talking about it before, the whole toilet issue. Because, as you'd know, Pikachu, this was the same argument they made against gay people in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have gay people in our toilet. They will be abusing our children. So now that they've lost the battle against gay marriage and gay rights, we can't have trans people in our toilets. They'll abuse the children. Like,
that was a big argument. That was a big argument when the Boy Scouts ended up letting LGBTQ members into becoming leaders.
Because it's always about their toilets. What is it with the religious right and fucking toilets?
That's what it should be. Fucking
well, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Is that the problem? Is they fucking in toilets or something?
Well, it wasn't. With the Boy Scouts, because I was on the right side of this. Politically, I was on the Republican side of this when this all went down, and I was completely at the time against gay scout leaders, and the whole thing about that is not about the toilets. Or that, but my main thing at the time it wasn't about are they going to be raping them? Are they going to be turning them gay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
was what I was. That was when I was in 6th grade. So.
And that argument of turning them gay is the same argument that is now being made in the defense of trans kids. Yeah, in the right so-called defense of trans kids, like, oh, you're transing our kids. Fuck off. Mm-hmm. They're just trans kids. Where do you think trans adults come from?
Well, this is the thing. This is known science, okay? Most of these trans kids, they knew they were trans way before this all came about. So way before you found out they were trans, they knew they were trans.
There was a paper where they actually did a study on the development of gender identity in both cis and trans kids, where they did a study on over 300 children. Some they knew were going to be trans, some they didn't know were going to be trans, and actually came out as trans during the study and everything, which was amazing because they actually had that as well, and some definite cis kids. And they figured out that most of us develop our ideas of gender around the age of 4.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
And the gender identity of trans people develops at the same time as cis people.
That's right. Yep.
So you're not being made. You are just going to be it. There may be some
choosing,
influences, but given the diversity of backgrounds of all these kids, it is unlikely that it's social influences alone. It cannot be that it makes people trans. And that's the experience of biology. Just like being gay is biology. It's more than social influence. You can't make someone gay. You can't make someone trans.
Oh, it's not a choice.
Is my microphone I plugged it in the wrong socket again?
What's that again?
Sorry, what's up? What's up?
Is my microphone working, or have I plugged it in the wrong socket again?
Sorry, I was probably talking over everyone.
That's fine. I couldn't tell if I was making any sound or not because I was pressing a button and it wouldn't come up. Anyway, now I've said that, I forgot what I was going to say. That was it. Now, I did read a thing about the whole bathroom thing, where someone pointed out a couple, one or two rare incidents where the thing that everyone was on about, someone pretending to be a trans person to sneak into a bathroom, had happened. However, here's the issue I have with that. Even if you make it actually a law about that, do you have people at the door of the bathroom policing it? I have never seen anyone actually at the door of a public toilet.
You can't come in here. They've tried doing it before. They've tried doing it in the States, I think.
And if you go down that road, think about what they did.
Pulled out of the bathroom because they thought that they were trans when they weren't.
Yes, they did it to a cis woman. But this is what I said in the stream with Neil.
Yeah.
The majority of people who get affected by people trying to do this are cis people, not trans people.
I know. It's like
they had the cops pull a cis woman completely out of the bathroom because she looked like a trans guy.
Let somebody go to the fucking bathroom. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a woman and or whatever, and the other bathroom is jammed, come into this one. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But my thing is, why do you give a fuck about my plumbing down there, or about where I'm going to the bathroom at, or about?
Yeah, I'm not in there to look for a fucking date. I got to take a leak or a dump or whatever. It's fucking utterly ridiculous.
That I think a lot of you guys don't get though is for some women going to the bathroom is a social experience. You go with your girlfriend, you fix your makeup, you have a chat. Guys do not do that. Well, at least as far all the guys I've ever spoken to have never done that.
No, I've been in the washroom with a bunch of women that are having a social. I've been there multiple times. I'm not going to get into the reasons as why that happened, but
I know it's what it's about. Some of these people have. They just don't. They feel that their little private space is going to be invaded by men because these people who think like that don't see trans women as women.
Yeah, which is stupid. It's fucking stupid. You're
and like I said, some of these young people who are arguing have been alive less time than I've been transitioned. So who's been a woman longer, you dumbass?
And then they want the transgender people to go in the men's bathroom where they're going to be harassed, where they're going to be made fun of, where they're
Maya
going
knows
to be this, and where they're going to be that. Because in the men's bathroom, that's what they do when they see a female person there. They catcall. They do this. They do that.
And some people will physically attack.
Bullshit there, you know?
Especially if they think it's a trans person, they are going to attack. Some people are just going to attack. So if you're going to look for who's going to cop the most violence out of this dumbass idea, it's going to be trans people and cis women who go into the loo. So cis women and trans people are cis women who get caught in the outside because they look a bit manly, and trans women who you are trying to force to go and use the men's loos are the ones who are going to get abused, not you assholes who think that you have the right to kick other people out.
Or, in fact, men who look a little bit feminine who might go into the men's bathroom.
Yes, because they're going to think they're a trans and they're going to get beat up.
Put an end to that shit before in a pub, or not in a pub, but a nightclub. There was a guy that came in. Okay, hang on, Pikachu. Just give me 1 sec. I had a friend. His name was Robert, and he had a very, very high voice. It was almost quite effeminate, we'll say. And he was in the washroom, and some guy had been watching him, I guess, that night at the club, and he started pushing on him. Luckily, I was in the stall, and I came out and I said, "What the fuck is your problem?" to this guy, and beat the snot out of him right there, bashed his head off the sink, and knocked his ass out, and got my buddy out of there because his voice was super high and he couldn't, like, people. I just fucking hate people sometimes. Yeah, exactly. And that bugs the shit.
They have this argument that they go, oh, trans women get incarcerated at the same rate as cis men. Because there was some stupid study that if you read the results in a certain light, it could almost give you that impression, except that one of the authors of this paper was interviewed and said straight out that the people who were using this paper like that were completely misinterpreting it. And if you actually looked at any of the figures of any incarceration rates and actual crime committing rates of anything once laws had changed so that trans people weren't getting as much oppression, that changed, and the rates for trans women are exactly the same as they are for cis women. So they were misrepresenting the data to try and ostracize trans women again, because this is what they do all the time, because they actually don't give a shit.
Sorry about that. There's something else I wanted to peek on real quick. Is that the one thing that I heard?
I gotta pee, guys. I'll be right back.
That they said that they really get aggravated about this bathroom issue thing before was that the thing that aggravates them the most is that religious people are constantly going into the bathrooms and then are preaching to them about trans people going into bathrooms doing this and this.
Yeah, so it's the religious people who are the problem.
Yeah.
No.
It effectively is. And I mean, a lot of people think that all the issues that trans people talk about are sports, and that's just absolute bullshit. Although I have opinions on the whole sports issue too, but
yeah,
that's an entirely different argument. And I wanted to actually don't give a shit about, because quite frankly, I think the whole concept of professional sports is retarded. But that's my personal take on it.
No.
Well, I'm sorry if I interrupted though in the last thing. It's just I felt I had to get through, you know.
No, that's all right.
No, I don't think anybody is really as concerned with these issues. They're just trying to find an issue to.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, sports is a gateway issue. If you can condemn trans people in sport, you can then move that back and start winning the other wars. And that was the whole point. This is why the religious right did it. There was a manifesto found by the Heritage Institute, which is a right-wing propagandist thing that's heavily religious based, and their whole plan that they put in place is when we lose the gay marriage debate, we are moving back to trans issues and we're taking them on in sport because we can win this. That was their plan.
What are they going to do when they lose the trans rights issue?
Yeah, I don't know. They'll be looking for something else. I mean, because ultimately they will. They might get one or two minor victories, but ultimately the progressive nature will be such that if what they'll do is they'll lose it in a way that if they start to win their argument on trans sports, what will happen is sports will be changed so that it's not. The argument changes.
Right.
So what you'll end up with is you won't have men and women's sports. You'll have the protected category and the unprotected category, and you'll have some trans women who are able to compete in the protected category and some who can't.
It essentially be like lightweight and heavyweight.
Yeah, and we will no longer have men and women's sports. So them arguing this is ultimately going to end run around themselves and lose it.
Yeah.
And that upsets me because I like the idea of having women's sports. I just think that there's lots of ways you can accommodate any of the concerns that anyone may have over an individual competing, because it's a very individual thing. There may be a few trans athletes who are going to have an advantage, but on the whole, the majority are not.
That's right.
So it is actually mostly a non-issue.
Yeah,
I've always said from the get-go, sports shouldn't be gendered. It should be about fairness in general. If you're at a level that's the same as the other people within that level of sports, then you should be able to compete.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what my argument about elite sports is that if elite sports was meant to be fair, there would be a handicap system. But there isn't.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's all about personal advantage. And they go, oh no, but they don't. Here it is. You have a genetic advantage, and that's why you do better at that sport.
Well, yeah, but there's some people that are much, much better at different sports than I am. But I'll play to whatever level I'm the good.
So my argument has always been I don't give a shit what happens at elite sport because I think it's an entirely hypocritical thing in the first place, and it's all just big business. It's not really about sport in itself.
I'll never stop watching hockey. I don't care what level.
No, but it's still about business at that point. It's not about the sport so much.
I gotta make my escape, everybody. I shall speak to you all soon.
Oh, I'm glad we got to sneak you in here for a little bit, my furry friend.
I went out into the other room to get some stuff sorted out, and as soon as I did, we'll just bring in the badger.
So he's like here. I'm like, oh shit, I think he fell asleep. Which
Badger, have you been honoured enough yet to meet Brian May? Because I know he's got a thing about badgers.
Wait, Brian May? Isn't that the guitar player from ELO?
There is a picture of Brian May holding a badger that I do put on the Twitter occasionally.
Wait, it was ELO, wasn't it?
Queen,
thank
Brian
you.
May's Queen.
I don't know. They all blend to me at some point. Anyway.
Are you aware? All right. So just before I go.
All right, one more thing. You sound like Columbo.
Are you aware of the Team Badger thing from a few years ago?
Yes.
Excellent. So just for anyone who isn't, we had Brian May and Brian Blessed and a few other sort of well-known people.
I thought you were going to say a few other Brians.
Well, there were some other Brians.
I'm Brian, and so is my wife.
Who did like a massive thing to try to end the badger cull. It didn't work out as planned in that regard, but it's still ongoing as a campaign. But they did an excellent song with the guy who made Weeble Stuff.
Oh, good lord.
Who did the original Badger song.
Oh, wow.
Really?
They did a remake of that song themed like Flash Gordon.
Oh, wow.
Because it had Brian May and Brian Blessed in it.
Did anybody see where they used the in the Flash TV series where they actually used the Flash song in the Flash TV series?
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
That made my night. I was just, oh wow.
Those motherfuckers get all in my face almost every other day with traffic. Because they're filming in various locations where I live all the time.
Oh wow!
For Arrow, for Batwoman, for all of that CW shit, and they're always around now.
If anyone wants to see the Brian May and Brian Blessed and Mr. Weeble collaboration, look up "Save the Badgers."
Okay,
I will.
Right,
I must toodle off, everyone. Good night.
Good night, Badger. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys this one little thing?
IQ, you can jump in if you want, buddy.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the impeachment of Donald Trump?
Oh, the sooner the better.
Yeah. Sooner the better.
I'm on board.
Not so much because I'm keen to have Mike Pence as as the president over there because I think he's actually worse.
He could be accidentally assassinated.
Yeah.
Hey, then we can have Nancy Pelosi as the president.
But just because I am so sick of the impeachment, I am sick of Trump's bullshitting about it. I am sick of the media coverage of it. I just want it over and him gone now.
Yeah. We don't have that much longer anyway, though, even if he's not impeached.
But if he is impeached, it'll be very unlikely for Pence to win the next election.
Never in my life have I ever wished someone would have a heart attack.
There's so many people.
Or Trump.
Trump.
Well, both of them, mainly, but Trump mainly.
While they're kissing each other.
In the women's toilet.
Yeah, there's so many people that hate Trump that I guarantee you this. As much as I didn't think of this back in the day, when they first were talking about impeachment, like nowadays with the way the impeachment is going, I think that eventually this is going to turn on Trump and it's going to affect him badly, especially in the swing states. It's going to affect him really bad.
So many people tell me that they think he's going to be reelected again.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
That's what I say. I doubt it.
He might lose to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with
I wish Sanders would get in, though.
Yeah. Well, Sanders is in there, but I mean, he's not. It's still a three-way deal right now, where it's Biden's still
said
10
three-way
points ahead of him, though.
Not one I'd watch.
Please keep it off Pornhub.
But yeah, the way YouTube's going, we might all end up on Pornhub.
We should totally start a community on Pornhub.
Let's do it. Make more money there.
Well, I
guess I could actually get away with doing a topless one.
I mean, hey, I'm legal now, so I can get on there.
That's right.
Account with an account.
I would have let you use one of my sock accounts.
Oh dear!
Did I just say that out loud?
Topless interviews with Jen.
Jen, I believe someone has promised me a massage at some point. He's lost all the sleep.
Pirate Kitty thinks we'd make a great couple.
What's that?
Pirate Kitty thought we'd make a good couple.
Oh, really? Oh, how come she hasn't jumped in here?
Oh, it wasn't in this chat. It was in Purple's.
See, I've heard that I've been the topic of discussion a few times.
I just have to say, Neil,
he was pairing people up with people.
If you do start doing deconversion stories and after parties on Pornhub, just make sure that Duke doesn't get invited.
Why? He'll actually make it legit for Pornhub. It's funny because you can go on, start an account, and actually start doing videos, even like this on Pornhub.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't get kicked off or anything?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
Porn related.
Content on Pornhub.
All we need to do is say dick, pussy, tits once or twice in the show, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, that happens anyway, so.
Right?
Yeah.
We can just make everything ASMR.
Yeah.
Show all the things that we get banned for on YouTube.
It's gold on Pornhub. They're like, they encourage it. They go, no, please.
See, I'm looking at it right now, and on my other
maybe we just need to create a discussion on
my other screen. It's showing one of those channels for YouTube that tells you the tips and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh goodness, we're just talking about all this SEO stuff, and then there's these people over there saying, oh no, you shouldn't be talking about dick and about this.
I like what Dornog had called it, Duke Hub.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's IQ. Hey, brother, what's happening?
Hey, IQ.
Hey, IQ.
We're going to start a new website called Duke Hub.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I should really actually get in touch with him because I think I may have found some lyrics that work for the song that he put me onto that is a private video on YouTube of his guitar playing, and I think I might have found some lyrics that might just work for that. And I think we could come up with something pretty cool.
Speaking of which, Neil, you still haven't sent in God's part.
Holy shit! And it's December too, and I have been between this and work and some family shit going on. I have been, but okay, I will make sure. What's tomorrow? Sunday. Yeah. I'm not doing dick tomorrow, so I'll make sure I get that part done for you.
Hey, Neil, how do you like the new lapel mic that I was trying to show you the other week, but couldn't get the volume on?
It sucks. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I'm kidding, dude. Hey, it works good, except you gotta have you sound like you're back a bit from the mic. You know what I mean? So
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put it maybe on your what do you call it? Collar. Yeah.
On your actual lapel.
Yeah. Well, I don't have one of those on this jacket, so right now.
No. Well, fuck. Fashion up, buddy.
No.
I do have a jacket for it with a lapel, but shit.
Yeah,
I don't have any luck with those lavalier mics.
Lapel's gotta have style.
Do it like flip it right here.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. That would hurt like fuck. You'd be like talking, be like, so anyways, and then, fucking Trump, ow, this, and then Trump, ow, that.
You got to do that anyway when you talk about Trump, don't you? It's because all the head banging.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Every time I talk about Trump, it feels like somebody just kicked me in the nards.
We probably shouldn't talk about him too much. It took me long enough to recover from the last wound.
What gets to me that's so mad, makes me so mad about this guy is that he wants to have Biden investigated in his own investigation. Like, dude,
For what?
For what?
No, they're not investigating Biden. They're investigating you.
This is your impeachment, you fucking retard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Republicans are.
I gotta stop using that word too.
Yeah, I started that. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
It's just in the part of Australia I grew up in, saying retard didn't refer to people who had
right. I agree. But
had learning disabilities. It was just purely that this person was as dumb as fuck.
No, it's a stigma against anybody who has a disability, period.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why well,
where did that come from? Because
mentally retarded.
Yeah, I know. I realize that, but how does it come as a stigma against anybody with any disability?
Because people use it. People use it, and they'll call like anybody under the sun. Is
there are better words too?
Yeah.
I used to use it, but I do try to avoid
it. Cockwomble, exactly. We got much better uses of words to use now.
It's kind of like the newer lingo. It's kind of like the newer lingo around like people my age. That if something like happens that's like really weird or something, they'll be like, "Oh, that's gay." I'm like, "That's." You need to change up your lingo a bit,
dude. It happens with people of my age too.
Yeah,
basically, it's the N word, but for people who
disabled people
or disability.
It's not necessary. Yeah. I got a friend who lives downstairs.
When I do it, it's purely a cultural thing. In that where I came from, it wasn't used that way, so I don't see it that way. I do understand that it's that way, and I really should stop doing it, especially as I tend to say it in streams occasionally. And it's not a good word for me to use because the internet is across boundaries, and you've got to be aware of these things.
Yeah, exactly.
I worry about just saying anything all the time that might be offensive, especially like being in the Bible Belt. I'm just used to the lingo around here, and I never know. Like there might be something that's just incredibly offensive, and then
it's like when people who are cis use words like tranny and shemale and stuff like that. It's just. Yeah. Those have the same connotations as the N word, and they shouldn't be used.
Right.
Yeah. Like there's one.
And I would prefer people not use them. So I should have respect for people that don't like me using the R word.
Slowly but surely, that stuff will work its way out of our vernacular.
Yeah. Like there's one.
I don't know. I think it'll end up being a little bit like the N word, where the words get reclaimed.
Oh yeah, maybe
could be.
It's
like the word gay and all that stuff.
Well, actually,
it's
Pikachu.
taken a long time for the word gay to be reclaimed, though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, Pikachu. Do you notice other gay guys calling each other fag?
Not that much.
No.
Yeah, that's still
that happens more here.
Yeah,
I've heard it here with the gay friends that I have.
I've heard it too. Yeah,
they call each other fag all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know, but not moving in those circles because bisexual women.
I think what the thing in the South is that it's still more stigma in these really, really, really deep Southern areas with the word fag and with the words things like that. That it's much harder for people to get rid of than it is, whatever, so forth.
Bit of a sting to it still.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
It's the same. It's the same for a lot of these words. There's a history of abuse from them, and that's why we shouldn't be using them.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You gotta realize you're in the deep South, And in the Deep South, like, you have these pastors like Steven Anderson, like this, who
Oh
are
my
just
God.
every single other fucking block have a church. And
If there's
they're
anyone
going
I ever
around
want to boot fuck is that guy.
Yeah, they're going around to
Did you just
to
call him
gay
a boot
bars
fucker?
and this and that. They're going around to gay bars and they're going around to this and they're saying, look, all fags are going to hell and this and that sort of shit. And then you're expecting, you know, the word to be appropriated and to be reclaimed again.
Yeah, maybe there's some that should.
A lot of, you know, yeah.
No, Jen, I said Anderson's the kind of one of those guys like him and the other idiot stick that called Jimmy Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that I want to boot
Greg Law.
fuck. Yeah, Cupcake. Oh my God, yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I have no tolerance for people like that. I just don't.
No, I'm totally with you. I don't have tolerance for them. Anyone who just is that bigoted, and there's a lot of them in our world, unfortunately, these people just need to fuck off the planet right now.
Yep.
I quite happily create a
I know
base
someone
for them, say, on Mercury, and they can go live there.
I know someone that could probably get him there. His name's Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't have Mars. That's too useful for us. We'll build them an underground bunker on Mercury, and they can live there.
You want your own planet? It's a god planet. You want your own planet?
I ain't saying anything wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong, but the thing is, we just did talk about how biology would probably not, work on planets outside of Earth.
Well, biology that we know, maybe not.
Yeah.
It depends on the size. Many factors are involved, right?
They can pray to their god and have their new planet terraformed for them overnight.
You just remind me of something.
Yeah.
They were saying that if we wiped out life on Earth here, there's a good chance that religion might pop up again because we're sort of genetically coded for it. But it would not be at all the same of what we know. But science wouldn't change. It would still have the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And we wouldn't wipe out life on this world. Well, when the sun eventually expands, life might get totally wiped out on this Earth. This whole Earth might get wiped out. If there is
life's been wiped out multiple times here.
If there's a gamma ray burst near enough to us, it might wipe out all life on this Earth.
There's a Beetlejuice there.
Supernova somewhere near us, too close to us. Within 200 light years, I think it needs to be, then all life on Earth could be wiped out.
Yep.
But in general, most of the things we call doomsday things will not wipe out all life on Earth. They might wipe us out. We might wipe us out. But the Earth will go on.
Oh, of course.
And life will re-evolve and something else will take our place.
Yep.
You got a point, because you look at this too. As long as we have a sun, and as long as the radiation isn't
yes, my son.
Then the thing is,
and as long as Earth maintains an atmosphere.
Then the thing is, there's the right amount of atmosphere for abiogenesis to happen.
Well,
it doesn't need to happen again.
Hold on,
it's not going to need to happen again. But
it's the right amount for this world. It might be different on another world.
But the thing is that you're going to have some kind of life here on Earth, and eventually evolution is going to take place again.
They suspect life on planets that are outside of the Goldilocks zone, like Europa you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with life on our planet is it would have to be an enormously catastrophic event to wipe out all life, because we have microbes that live well underground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And these would come back out and they would evolve again. It might take millions upon millions of years, but Earth will get there again. And Earth's going to be around
lots of time.
Millions of years.
Considering the universe will be going on for trillions, there's lots of time.
The one thing that I know could definitely wipe out this planet is that we're on a collision. We're on a collision. What they're saying is that we're on a collision, the Milky Way galaxy, with
Andromeda.
With Andromeda, yeah.
Dude, hold on a second. Do you realize? No.
That's not going to happen for at least another 4 billion years.
Not only that, our sun has about that much time left, but not only that, universes are huge. There's a good chance that there will be very little damage upon the merging of our two universes, of our two galaxies.
The
Eventually,
biggest
there'll be a super galaxy.
The biggest concern with the merging of the Milky Way with Andromeda is that the galaxy that forms afterwards could most likely become a starburst galaxy. And starburst galaxies produce so much radiation within them that it makes it very hard for complex life to evolve.
That's true too.
So unless, of course, if we are still around at that point, we won't be on this planet unless, of course, we start farming atmosphere off our sun because it's going to expand out and fuck us up.
Okay.
But if we are still alive in this galaxy at that time when the merger happens, we are going to have to do an awful lot to protect ourselves. So.
If I get that Bender body, I might.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always rust and corrosion too. So
I mean, if we're still around in 4 billion years' time, our evolved ancestors are still around in 4 billion years' time.
I was going to say,
there's a very good chance we are Carter Shift 3 by that point, or better.
Oh,
and we may just leave this galaxy and go for another one.
Or this universe.
Yeah.
So the reality is that if we make it to the point where we are out in our solar system and exploring it, and
that's going to happen in our lifetime, I think.
And we are looking then at the potential of colonizing our galaxy. At that point, probably as a species, we are not going to die out. Us as we are now will, because we will evolve ourselves out of existence.
Oh yeah, we're always changing.
Species will not.
It makes me kind of wonder, the whole global issues that we got, the global climate change and all that stuff. I wonder if we are currently, and I actually believe that we probably are, we are evolving to adapt to the way the planet is becoming.
Could be.
I think we are.
We need to do that
some degree. But
our process in the past to be adapt our planet to us, and we're not very good at that. So ultimately, we need to be able to adapt us.
I think IQ has something to say on this because he just unmuted him.
Go IQ. Show us your IQ.
Assuming that the rate of evolution can catch up to the rate of change.
Valid.
Yeah. If we're changing the planet faster than we can evolve to it, probably not.
Oh yeah.
But we're getting close to the point now where we don't have to wait for evolution to happen over millions of years. We can change ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's
moralistically, we are uninclined to do so. But if it came down to a survival of the species type thing, I think we probably would. We would look at using things like Casper Chris 9 to change ourselves so we can.
I kind of want to be like Cyborg from the Teen Titans.
Yeah, well, between what we can genetically do with changing ourselves and what we can do with being becoming transhumans, I think we're probably looking at changing ourselves faster than evolution would do on its own.
Yeah, and I think we've reached a point where that's possible.
Yeah,
and you look at this too. Like most of humans that are alive now, even though we naturally have grown ourselves.
Dude, your hair is freaking me out.
Yeah. The thing is that
I love you, Pikachu. You're awesome.
Yeah, the thing is that majority of us have some element of genetic modification that we've gone through due to eating genetically modified foods or.
Oh no! Stop!
Stop! Well,
you're not going to change your genetic code because you're eating GMOs. That's not how it fucking works.
It doesn't work like that. There's this thing that this dumbass woman wrote a paper about to do with anti-vaxxers, and it was something I was looking at before I did the anti-vax video that I did do.
Hold the fort, Jen.
Oh, okay. I will. where she was trying to claim that the fact that some of these viruses are built on cultures of embryonic stem cells, that the genetic codes from those embryonic stem cells can get into the children that are vaccinated and change their genetics, and this is what is giving kids autism. Now, the problem with that is these things. There is a method, and I can't remember what it's called, where something can get into another cell and you can change part of it. But it happens on a cell-by-cell basis, not the whole thing at once. So you'd have to get enough of these to get all in the same location to change all the cells, and then not have the body figure out that's happened and remove those cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't happening.
I agree with that.
I was just going to say right quick, I just put a link to an article explaining the Kardashev scale in the chat. So,
oh, brilliant.
I think
types 0 through 6.
Yeah, I thought. We thought there were more.
Yeah, I was thinking there was 5, but apparently there's 6.
I think the 6 is when you're basically in control of the multiverse.
Yeah,
so you're more or less gods at that point.
Yeah, 6 is a god, basically.
6 is a god. Hey, it's like playing D&D.
How do we know there isn't already a 6th civilization out there?
Right.
We could be a ship in a bottle.
There is, and they're terrible at writing books.
That's a god.
They're terrible at writing books.
No, there's a 6th civilization.
Listen, Captain GMO.
I was wrong about that.
We need to talk, buddy. All right. It's a little bit in my alley being a chemist. We need to talk.
I know.
Oh, so I should have waited till you got back, because you would have been able to tell me what it... Okay, I was talking about that stupid woman who thought who wrote a paper about how vaccines made in cultures of embryonic stem cells could be infecting the cells in babies and changing the cells. And it uses that form of mitosis of the cells, where a part of the genetic code in one cell can infect and can replace a bit of the genetic code in another. And that is something that happens. But the scale it would have to happen on, considering how rare these things are, for it actually have an effect.
You're right on it. It's so rare that the likelihood of any of your genetic code being changed, not manipulated, changed to a degree where you would actually notice something is so fucking slim.
And then, of course, you've got your immune system, which goes, "Oh, this isn't my DNA anymore. I better get rid of it."
Exactly. Most of the DNA in your body right now, people, is doing absolutely fucking nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
Most of it has already been activated as some part of our evolution. Like, you don't understand. We have our genetic code. I hate using the word code because it's not a code, but our genetics go all the way back to the first life forms. And as time has progressed, your genes have been turned on and off as you progress for different reasons.
There have been different numbers of genes, though, for different species as
True.
well. I mean,
and as we evolve, we gain more or lose or whatever the case may be.
The additions and subtractions, which have happened at lower levels, have been passed on, and that's made some species have longer chains than others.
Okay, let me rephrase to hominids. Okay. Since our hominid species have been around, many of our genetics have been shut off. They're no longer useful. That's why we don't have a tail anymore, but we have a tailbone, like that kind of thing.
And there's been changes in us as well over the years. I mean,
of course.
The gene for enabling us to be able to drink milk has only got activated in the last 500 years.
I think it's even less than that, but yeah,
it might be less than that. So
I do not drink milk.
Dairy, cow.
Yeah, not everybody has it.
No,
That's the whole point.
Not
That's why you get lots of people who are lactose intolerant or variant.
I used to love milk, man. I still eat cereal though, because
I use cashew milk.
Cashew milk's good actually.
It's very
almond milk's good too.
Yeah.
This is the point I was saying, Neil. That I was sorry for it because I was wrong about it.
Dude, the best thing about being proven wrong is you're no longer wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just unfortunate you brought up that comment with two people who actually knew about it.
Hey, Neil, let me ask you, what do you think about what Robert X just said?
I wonder what would happen to us when we could activate all. No.
That would be DNA? A bad thing.
That's not. No. That's okay. All right. Let me try and let me see if I can explain this. Most of the DNA you have is considered to be junk DNA. It's no longer useful to the form that you've evolved into. The prehensile, although having a prehensile tail would be fucking kick ass, I think sometimes. It's no longer really necessary for we as human beings. We don't really need it anymore. we don't swing through trees. So
we'd also have to walk differently if we had one.
And what would our pants
We
be
lost
like?
the tail to change the way. So
you'd have to have a
pelts could
cool little
different,
a hole cut in them, maybe with a little leather around it, maybe make it look kind of tail sexy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a tail that stuck out the back because it would go down because it's in line with our spines.
I got one of those in front though, so we're okay.
Can you think of how many extra categories there'd be on Pornhub if that were true?
Right.
Oh, no.
Of course, Pornhub works its way back into the conversation.
Sign.
The reason the DNA is shut off, Robert, is because it's no longer useful to us.
Yeah.
That's why.
And some of that, even if you enabled it, would do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. It would be meaningless to us. It wouldn't affect us in any way.
I mean, generally speaking, although some genes work individually, most of the genes have to be on and off in combinations to actually have something happen differently. And it's not just the genes; it's also to do with the underlying coding factors for the help me.
Here's an analogy.
For the different proteins that we develop.
Think if you had software on your computer, right?
Yeah.
That does things for your camera, but there is no hardware.
Yeah.
You don't have a camera. You've got software, so you activate the software and you can update the software that controls the camera. But if there's no camera plugged in, it doesn't fucking matter. It's the same thing with the genes. You can enable them, but it's not going to do anything because there's no physical things that gene controls that's going to make it do anything.
It's kind of like this, like, you know how I had my gallbladder removed? All right, the thing is,
I know these guys may not have.
I didn't know.
You don't necessarily always need a gallbladder. You don't necessarily need like an appendix, or you don't need certain parts of the body you don't need. They're just there because of biological reasons.
Eventually they'll be phased out.
Eventually they'll be phased like Neil said, they'll be phased out. So
they'll shift their purpose to something else.
Yeah, their purpose is something else, but eventually they'll be gone. Like eventually I was thinking we may not even have a tailbone one day. Period.
That's already happening, actually.
Else, yeah?
Dude, that's already happening. Tailbones are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller through generations.
Mm-hmm. That's the same deal with wisdom teeth, right? Like there's people being born now without wisdom teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I had 4 teeth pulled because I got braces at the time. So I actually had the room for my wisdom teeth to come in. Problem is, I've had 2 of them yanked already, and the other 2 are going to go at some point because wisdom teeth aren't the strongest enamel. So,
yeah, I've still got all 4 of mine, and I don't have to have them pulled, I don't think. So,
well, talk to your dentist because they're not as strong as the rest of your teeth, apparently.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah, I've got all 4 of mine. I need to get them removed though because they're starting to overcrowd my mouth. But I can't.
I can do it.
I'm gonna try and hold that. I'm gonna try and hold that off for until after the new year because the EP. I'm not trying to hold that off.
We'll get you really drunk. I'll just hit you on all 4 corners a couple of times, and then we'll just be able to tie a string around him and slam the door shut.
Get his hand Neil a cup of tepid water, and he'll just pop them right out for you.
The thing is that one of my wisdom teeth is still under the gum line, so you'd have to cut into the gum in order to get it.
Yeah, mine are the same.
And then there's another one.
That's one of my favorite sports, though.
Because I've got one
wisdom teeth.
Because I've got one wisdom tooth that there's the molar, and then the wisdom tooth is stuck on the back of the molar.
Yep. So my friend had to do that, and he had to have it broken into 4 pieces when he had it removed.
Oh.
So I might have to have something very similar to that.
Yeah. Yep. That's not fun. I just see. I'm lucky. My dentist is actually one of my cousins, so I just say, "Dude, just give me the drugs and I'm out. You can go to town."
All right, guys. I gotta get moving though. I gotta go to use the restroom and do other stuff. So
use the restroom, you user.
Hey Neil, we still doing the thing next week, right?
We are indeed, my friend.
Next Saturday, right?
Yep, it's your turn next Saturday.
An interview.
Yep.
All right.
Finally, I think we had 2 or 3 set up in the meantime, and it just fell apart.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Pikachu,
go the way they were.
You'll be my victim. I mean, my guest next weekend.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, cheers, brother.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Bye.
I'm gonna have to hop out too because I gotta redo that video that I put up on Thursday, because apparently the first 10 minutes of the video were fine, and then the other 2/3 of the video was complete silence. So I got to figure out what the hell happened there.
I don't know.
Oh shit!
So I just deleted it off of YouTube a few hours ago. So I'm gonna have to try and go back and see what the hell happened.
What editor do you use?
Filmora 9.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Well, Zach, anyways, I'll have for you tomorrow. I'll give you a link to my Google Drive, and I'll have the. I use what do you call it? Fuck's the name of that program I use now? Audacity. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So I'll have the segment done for you, and I'll send you a link, and you can download it from there.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Either that, or you can just send it to me through my Gmail. Either one.
Okay. Well, DM me privately and send me your Gmail, and if that's what you want to do, I'll still upload it to Google Drive, so you'll be able to download it from there, anyways.
All right.
Because I think in Gmail, I don't think. Well, it might be a small enough file where I can email it to you. We'll see. Anyways, we'll talk. Okay.
Because I know that's how Lauren sent it. Because she just emailed it to me. But
smart. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because all I've got is Lauren's and mine parts.
Okay.
All right. I'll see y'all.
You bet. Neil uses beer. That's not what I mean, I do use beer. It's here. I'm going to use it.
You're working on a project.
Oh, you know what's grand? I get to be the voice of God for this one.
Oh, nice.
What are you doing?
I don't know if I can divulge it, but BBA is doing a kind of a little thing about. Oh shit! How do I even explain this?
Okay, you're doing the voice of God in a video for BBA. Okay.
For BBA, yeah. So I get to.
Fun.
I get to use my God voice.
And you were
Neil.
You were Ray Comfort, right? In Prophet of Zod's. Yeah, that's cool.
Give us a Ray.
Yeah, well, you know them bananas, right? Yeah, well, that's the way God designed them to fit right in your hand, and then they actually fit right in your mouth at the same time. But that's
great.
Perfect because God's all about perfection.
That was my favorite video of the year from anybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was good shit.
Yeah,
I like you being old Zod as well.
Old Zod, yeah, was good. Was good. That was hilarious too. But it was a lot of fun to do. Like Zod says, oh yeah, he's going to have me in a few more of his in the future. The thing is I've barely even tapped into the voice capabilities of what I can do. Yeah. I have many of my friends that were like, dude, you should have been animating or doing voices for animations and cartoons years ago. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess I missed my calling on that one.
Yeah.
I've wanted to do some cartoons on my channel, but they take so long.
It's true.
Like I did the one Dark Matter parody, which I think I got really close to his.
I fucking love that show. Why'd they get rid of it?
Yeah, I don't know, but it takes forever. Like I did a minute and a half, I think, and it took me about 80 hours to just do the whole thing. You know,
that's like stop motion animation.
I mean, basically, but from the time of like actually drawing out each character and stuff, it's not very practical. But
wow, doorknob head chick steak cartoon voices.
Is that right? Yeah.
Actually, I can do. I used to be able to do like a lot of the Muppets and.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to do Kermit there for a second.
Kind of, yeah. Australian Kermit.
Go and do a proper Kermit.
Proper.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Actually, that's really good.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide.
There you go. A little bit of Kermit there.
That was beautiful.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry.
You know, I covered that song.
My drummer wants me to sing some of our tunes with that voice. All right.
Yeah.
He goes, you should sing our tunes like Swedish Chef.
It's the only video on my channel that I've had a copyright claim on that I wasn't able to get it taken off was when I covered Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Really?
Disney claimed it, and they wouldn't release it, even though I sang it.
Wow. That strikes me as really odd.
Yeah, that's normal.
Like, why would they care?
Disney are assholes.
Well, I know, but we're like irrelevant to them. Really,
I know, but they just know. And yet, I've used clips from other movies and things like that. I put quite a long cut out of one of the Joker movie with, not the new one, the Batman movie with the Aussie playing the Joker.
Oh, the animated one?
No, live. About how he got the thing where he talks about
the Heath Ledger Joker Dark Knight Rises,
where he does his scars bit.
Yeah.
I used
Heath Ledger
in one of my videos, and that got claimed instantly. And I put it in, and Warner Brothers released the claim within 2 hours.
Oh wow!
So they are really good. I mean, a lot of the film places, as long as you only use a small section, you give them credit and everything, they won't hold a claim over you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But using a small
use
segment.
a disclaimer.
But Disney,
kind of thing.
you use anything of Disney's and that's it. They're holding you.
It's a good thing they don't own DC yet.
Yeah. So I've wanted to use clips from Marvel a couple of times, and I've been reluctant because I know that Disney will claim it.
No.
So yeah, you just got to be really careful.
I've used clips
Disney,
from
they're
Star Wars, I think, sparsely, but I've never had a copyright claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you keep the clip that you do down under 30 seconds, they're going to find it really hard to make a claim anyway.
No.
Because that's within the law. But generally speaking, most places, if you cover a song, they won't hold it against you. They will let you people do a cover as long as you're not making money off it. So as long as you haven't monetized the video, that's fine. But Disney,
if they're smart, if they're smart, they should know it's free advertising.
You'd think that.
If you cover a song that Disney owns the rights to, that's it. No.
What about I watched the channel Nerdrotic. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that one, but he covers a lot of Star Wars topics, and he shows clips from like The Mandalorian because that's one of the things right now.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. You can't show too much. If it's clips that were already in, if he's pulled the clip so that it's from a preview that was already posted, that's different because they.
Well, it's usually from an episode that's already run.
Yeah. If he's pulling it direct for an episode, as long as he doesn't pull too much, he'll be all right. If he pulls too much, that's it. Disney will claim it.
Well, he does a review, we'll say, of the latest episode of whatever it was.
Yeah,
he's going to be pulling.
Yeah, he'd have to be really careful what he pulls because Disney will just jump on it. They are really difficult with people.
No, well, they haven't bothered me yet. Mind you, I haven't stolen anything from them yet.
And you're monetized now, right?
I am monetized, yes.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, what I think was even cooler than the monetization is I can now have super chats, which is I never thought I'd have.
That's big.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get Neil to sing any Queens right.
No.
I don't think I can hit some of the notes that Tate hits, brother. I don't know. It's going to be.
I mean, you don't have to go old school, man. Like, you could pick something off of Empire. I mean, that's
Empire.
That's
cool. We've actually done one of the. What the fuck one was it that we did? I can't remember the name of it right now. Give me a second.
If you have problems hitting the notes, it's probably not Jet City Woman.
Jet City Woman.
He hits some higher ones than that.
Oh, I know he does. I've been a fan of Queensryche since their little EP that they released first. Queen of the Reich, I think it was called. Anyway,
I think so.
But that guy's operatically trained, and I am absolutely fucking the opposite of operatically trained. So I was trained in a junkyard somewhere. Go get some training. Yeah. Silent Lucidity. That's the name of it. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I've actually done that one quite badly, I must say, at a karaoke one time. But with practice, I could probably pull that off.
Yeah, I think I did that one in a karaoke once.
Silent Lucidity?
Oh yeah.
Really? I didn't know you sang.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna send you, like, when we record some of our stuff, I'm gonna send you copies of it that are still in the mixing phase, and see if you can put some. I don't like to use the word backing vocals anymore. I like to use the word assistance vocals.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool.
That'd be kind of cool to have some harmonies going on in there. Some of our stuff, especially our one of our songs called "Promise," which is like probably one of the 3 newer songs that we've wrote that I love to sing. That one, why can't I remember the name of my own songs anymore?
Okay, that's worse than my memory loss was.
I know why.
It ain't the beer, man. Weed's really good over there.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably because I did have a little bit of a hoop when I went up for my smoke.
Oh, no.
Got a couple different brands here. I got this. What's this one called?
If your weed has a name, it's good.
Candy Cane. This is Candy Cane. This one's MK Ultra.
I haven't been stoned for years.
Oh, so much fun.
Oh, I remember.
A little chunk of hash that I had left.
I remember being stoned enough that I actually blew into the bong instead of stuff.
Dallas, what the hell, man? You didn't have to do that.
I wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thanks.
I didn't know if you had a super chat yet. You probably have, but
I've had like 3. Yeah. So, and I've had it for up and running for almost a month. So that's awesome. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. That's really cool.
Oh, I just did it for the meme. But...
He doesn't care about me. It's all about the meme. That's amazing. Holy shit. Do more voices he puts in it, too. I should, right?
No.
You should.
I mean, I can do all kinds of voices, you know. I reckon. I mean, I can do like tons of shit. Like, I'll watch cartoons and I'll start talking like the characters on the TV show.
That's cool.
I always loved doing them. I used to drive my parents crazy with that shit. So
you're in the right city to get work from it.
You're right. And I actually, some of my relatives are involved in the TV agencies around here. So I could.
Yeah. You could be the next Kermit the Frog.
I don't think so, but I don't know about that. The
guy they got at the moment's pretty crap.
Well, he's okay. I could send you some. I wish I could send you some Dutch stuff, dude. I live in BC, Robert. This is the home of the. Well, wait, Vancouver or BC in general keeps winning the cannabis cups, so I'm doing okay. And I got a buddy that always has about 4 or 5 different strains I can choose from, and it's legal here. And I could go on, yeah. And every time it's funny because me and Mikey, who's my buddy that gets all these different strains, we'll be sitting there watching TV. There'll be some cool little place. We'll be like, yeah, that's a good place to smoke a joint. I'm like, I agree. Dude, we could be watching a movie and they have a picture of the subway and you'd say that. And I'd be like, I agree. No. We can smoke a joint pretty much anywhere.
I'm very jealous. They're probably, it's probably getting sent from where Neil is right now.
Probably. Yeah. We've got big grow ups here. Oh, Dallas, one day you and I will sit together and smoke a big fucking glorious fucking fatty, my friend.
Hell yeah. I don't think it'll ever be legal in Alabama, though.
No, you don't think so?
I doubt it. Unless it goes legal federally.
Well, I mean,
but I think that's Alabama's in the works
all
right
about
now.
Making things illegal, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. You're not allowed to talk anymore. It's illegal.
No.
No more water.
You're not allowed any
more
form of body autonomy in Alabama. The state's in complete control of your ass and your vagina.
Did you just say vagina?
I did.
Oh, I guess I don't need Duke in my chats to be demonetized anymore.
We've said worse.
Oh, of course we have. That's what these after parties are all about. Just to see how much of the barriers we can push, how much of the limitations.
All right. In Angie and Nadine's girls' night earlier, they were talking about taints.
Oh, taints! I remember that.
Because of that whole new thing about sunning your ass.
Oh yeah, you see the picture with the dudes with their legs up in the air and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Toasted taints.
Toasted taints. Yeah. You know, the way I was even introduced to the word taint was back in high school. The first time I ever heard it. I go, taint, what the hell's that? He goes, well, taint pussy, taint ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? But that's the way it was explained to me the first time. And then eventually I heard, that it was actually called a cussif.
Okay, I haven't heard that one.
Cussif? Because if it wasn't there, her guts would fall out. Like, yeah, I know. But I mean, these were the stupidest fucking jokes from the back in the day, right? I had no idea. And somebody else told me it's a good place to put your gum when you're going down on somebody. It's gum storage area.
Tony's taking notes.
Tony, this is comedic gold here, people.
Wow.
Understand that I'm just relaying the way things that I heard back in the day, and I'm not trying to piss anybody off by any stretch. But when you can strip away all the stuff, it's still kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm being educated.
The place to put your gum. Yeah. It's my favorite. Yeah, I don't need this for a couple minutes. Let's go.
You know, should grab Jay in here.
Who?
If we're going to go any longer.
Who?
And the conspiracy.
Yeah, well, wait. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If he wants to come in, absolutely. Yeah, my buddies are all fucking, my friends are going to fucking sleep now, so I've got all night. Fucking rookies.
It's like 9:30 there.
Right? Exactly. Like, my buddies go, I'm about to go nap. I'm like, oh, Jesus, did you lose it crib that bad? You have to go sulk in bed now for the rest of the evening?
It's already Sunday here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is. Like half an hour into it.
It's well and truly Sunday here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like Sunday afternoon there, isn't it, Jay?
Holy shit.
Hey, Jay.
Welcome to my chats, Jay.
Hey, how's it going?
Fuck, you've been in like the typing chat forever, but you've never actually jumped in to one of my. This is awesome, dude. Welcome.
Thanks.
No, I think he was in one of your after parties. I mean, it was like it had to have been fucking 6-7 months ago. Something like that.
Jay, have you ever been to any of my after parties?
I don't remember. I might have been. I've been in so many streams and after parties. It's hard to remember.
I don't remember. I think this is your first time. I'm going to be honest. I think this is your first time, and that's
I think it might be.
It won't be his last though, because you're interviewing him next year.
I am indeed. Yep. Yes, I am.
I'm not familiar with your channel, but I just subscribed. So.
Well, thank you.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. ETC's
Jay's channel is where I normally would be on a Sunday morning.
Yeah,
I'm usually part of their panels. So they had a clean one this morning without all the swearing. I will guarantee that wasn't the case because he filled it with other Aussies. But hey,
yeah,
we talked about problems in the Book of Genesis.
Oh, cool!
Normally on my streams we debunk stupid videos, but
flat earthers beware.
Yeah, flat earthers.
Oh yeah, you do some great stuff.
Yeah, and then
you DJ.
Next week I've got this. I'm throwing it out here because I'm inviting anybody that wants to be on. I'm U.S. gun control for next Saturday.
Oh,
so if anybody's interested, just shoot me an email or DM.
I have opinions on that, but not being in the U.S., you should actually probably have a full U.S. group for that.
Well, I want to get opinions from all over.
Oh, so, fine. Well, you know me. I'm always prepared to give my fucking opinion.
I think you should have opinions from, like, if you take the way that gun regulations go in different countries, like I think maybe the UK, you should get a rep from the UK. I'd be happy to jump in on the Canadian representation of that, the way our gun laws work and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I said, that's what's the plan for. I'm going to tweet it out here next couple days. Inviting. I did it. At the end of my stream, invited whoever's going to watch it or whatnot. Just email me or shoot me a DM on Twitter. And then, like I said, I got Zoom, so I can do up to like 100 people, but I don't think that many is ridiculous. That'll be a little too.
That would be a
crazy.
Shitstorm.
I think the most I've had on was 14. And that
wasn't it 16 for your roast?
That was 16 for the roast. Yeah.
I had issues with Google Hangouts allowing 10 people on. Nobody could get a word in edgewise because everyone kind of wanted to.
Well, it's hard too when there's 8 people.
Yeah. Well, this one is going to be. It's going to be. I'm going to be very moderate about this one, making sure everybody's got their time. Everybody's not talking over each other.
Yeah.
I'll have to learn to mute myself.
Yeah.
But Jen,
it's just because of the last week we've had 3 different attacks that I can remember right off the top of my head. We've had 2 on the naval bases, 1 in Pensacola, 1 in Pearl Harbor, and then 1 in somewhere out in California, if I remember right. So it's a topic that needs to be brought up. But normally we just do funny, silly stuff.
Attacks? What do you mean attacks?
Mass shootings.
Just gun violence.
Yeah, just gun violence itself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Pearl Harbor, I'm envisioning zeros flying in the sky again.
Desensitized to your gun violence in the US that I wasn't even aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, those are just the ones I just happen to remember off the top of my head. I haven't even looked into it. How many? I'll be doing some research coming up for Saturday, but yeah.
Always a good idea. Be prepared. But it's, you guys are like our family to the south. Really. That's how Canada thinks of you guys. And it saddens us when we hear about these things all the time. We really wish we could just reach down there and grab a bunch of the good people from the U.S. and pull them up here to Canada.
Yeah.
Because we've got lots of room.
Yeah, you guys are like us. Lots of room.
Yeah. So but normally what I do is I got symbol videos where I take a look at the origins of different symbols.
Cool.
Jen was on one of them. She helped me with the cross. I did the pyramids. Yeah, and then my next one coming out, I've got the audio done for it. I just got to put it together. That will be on the pentagram. And then my then my fan favorites, Dwarven Hammer and Tony Hammer. Those are my satirical pieces. Dwarven Hammer debunks Globers, and Tony just.
That's awesome.
Jay and I have done a couple of collabs now, haven't we, Jay?
Yeah, we did the Great Deceiver was our latest one. That one was fun.
Last one. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Why have I not seen these?
I don't know.
It's not our fault. It's out there.
It's hard to keep up with everybody's videos.
Yeah, I've got.
Oh man, I need to improve.
I think the last I looked, I had like 158 subscriptions. So trying to catch everybody's stuff is just.
Yeah, I tend to miss a few too.
Well, yeah, you can't watch everything. I do my best when I'm at work to try and listen on everything that I at least have some form of an interest in. But I would be interested in that stuff for sure, right? So. I'm going to have to go looking for it. That's the thing.
Yeah. Now
well,
I am working on.
Probably should go and watch of mine is the one where I interviewed my mum, because that answers all those questions you had for me.
I've already got that. When I was out having a smoke, I already bookmarked it, so it's going to be.
Yeah. I will be my channel name will be changing. For those you guys know, it's going to ETC instead of End the Conspiracy. Just hoping the analytics will pick my channel up better because of the conspiracy in the name.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So
yes.
Yeah, because if a lot of times if you look up my name, you don't find my channel unless you scroll down a whole bunch.
Yeah.
What? I found your channel that way just by looking that up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Almost every time I go to look for my channel on YouTube, I got to scroll down for it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You weren't the first suggestion, but as soon as I hit channels,
oh yeah,
you can hit the filter.
Yeah,
hit channels. Yours was the first one.
Yeah. So
if you look up Dallas Wade, there's some like porn star that comes up first.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm giggity.
Of course, the question there is which one has the bigger penis.
Wait. I hate how this is backwards.
Yeah, that way.
No, but there actually is, though. There's this guy, Dallas Wade, and I'm trying to get more famous than him, but I don't know if that'll happen.
Maybe you should swing it around a little more. Or
yeah.
Hey, if we start up those Pornhub accounts.
Well, I've wanted to collaborate with him, so.
Really?
He has me blocked on Instagram, though.
I would so watch that because that would be hilarious.
Well, that would depend on the type of collaboration that we're going to do, wouldn't it?
Who cares, man? 2 Dallas Wades in one fucking show. Both of them swinging the chain. I'm so not getting monetized on this one.
And don't choke on the selfie stick.
Hey, at least you don't have a bra in the background on this one.
Did you actually notice though?
Yes.
What it was? Yeah, I noticed when I was editing, and I'm like,
I had no fucking clue.
I am not re-editing this video. No, I'm
so
not re-recording.
Because I watched your video and I'm like, yeah, you fucking tell them, Jen. And everyone's going on about a bra. I'm like, what are they talking about? And I didn't even notice, even after noticing that somebody had mentioned bra. And then, of course, before we went live, Jen and I were talking, and she was telling me that people were thinking that it was a hat. Like,
no,
what?
Well,
no.
Dave actually asked, is it a riding hat? Have I got 2 riding hats there?
That's right. Riding hat.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Like I said, in the quasi topless photo that Notchery posted, there's a bottle of lube in the background.
Oh, I'm supposed to let you know, Jen, that Chris has actually cut out some of the stream. He's going to be putting together. 146, 148.
No. I was so unwell.
You were so pissed drunk.
I was pretty drunk, yeah. But I was so unwell by the end of it because of the food poisoning as well. I was a wreck yesterday.
Oh, it was funny though. it was enjoyable.
I'm ranty at the best of times, but I get very ranty when I'm pissed.
I'm kind of worried now. I'm just kind of noticed a couple things in the chat. Canada thinks we are friends. The time is right. Attack now. Tony Designs goes, we think of you guys as our enemies to the north.
It's funny because I've spent 4 years in the Navy and I was stationed overseas. I've been so many different countries. I've never been to Canada, and I live in Michigan.
What? You're like, you can throw a rock and hit Canada.
I know.
From Michigan.
Yeah, I've never been to Canada.
That's the one other country I've been to is Canada.
Well, Dallas, you're always welcome back to my neck of the woods anyways. Guarantee you got a place to stay.
Appreciate it. I'll try to go to Canada sometime soon. It's been a few years, but
Michigan's not that far.
No, I've been to Hong Kong, Singapore, the UAE, Mexico, but I've never made. I was even in Seattle for 4 days, and I still didn't even make it.
You're like an hour and a half away from where I am.
I still didn't even make it to Canada, and I even top it off when my dad was in the Navy. We were stationed in Maine, so I never even made it over that way either.
East Coast, West Coast, didn't care.
The closest I've been to Canada is that we were in Port Huron, and I looked across the bridge.
Yeah, it's literally half a mile away.
Yeah, that's the closest I've been to Canada.
You were that close to real maple syrup, my friend. Real maple syrup.
I'd dearly love to go camping in Canada. Some of your camping areas are absolutely stunning.
Well, the ones you've probably seen are from my province.
Oh,
I'll guarantee you. We have the Rockies. The rest of Canada doesn't. Although on the East Coast, they've got the Appalachians, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might hear some people from the east side of Canada talk about those little molehills. We got the real mountains on this side. Yeah, there's like where I literally live. I'm probably within a half an hour to 45-minute drive to some of the most prime camping areas around here. If I want to go into the interior, 2 or 3 hours away up to where my dad lives in Summerland, there's some pretty fucking.
I mean, we've got some beautiful places too, but there's something stunning about seeing a different country, and you get the different types of bush that are there, and it's just
one of my favorite episodes of Survivor Man. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. You're probably more used to that Bear Grylls fucking dickhead that
the fake
pretends he's surviving.
The fake, yeah. I've seen Survivor Man.
That's less Stroud, right?
Yeah. He's awesome. But I lost a little bit of respect for the guy when he went out with that fucking idiot Bigfoot guy. What the hell's his name? They said he had footage of Bigfoot, and I'm like, no. Les, what are you doing? Oh, Les, what are you doing? Oh, he just lost some credibility. But his stuff, and he went to Australia and did a survival in the outback in Australia, and he taught me a few things that I can eat if I'm down there and stuck out there, which I don't imagine is ever going to happen.
You never know.
But you never know, because I do plan on going to Australia because there's a lot of people that I've become friends with down there that I really want to go and hang out with and meet. So
you'll have to wait till the forests grow back now.
Well, yeah. What's the deal? Okay, I read a little something about the koalas. Is that as bad as they're making it out to be?
They think they found pockets of them that haven't been as wiped out as what they thought they have, but the idea was that they were functionally extinct in the wild. Between the pressure that was put on them by having all the chlamydia that was going through there, and now these fires, they didn't think there was enough of them left to be able to bring the populations back. Not without them taking from captivity. No, there's a shit ton of them in captivity, so they're not extinct, but functionally extinct in the wild is the term.
Okay. But they could be brought back if the case.
Oh, yeah, there's enough of them in captivity. I mean, even in the couple of koala places we have in WA, there's big breeding programs and stuff like that because they knew they needed them anyway because of the chlamydia. So this is something that's been going on for a long time. It's just going to make it a lot harder. On the other side, it might wipe out most of the chlamydia, which would be a good thing for the new ones going into the wild.
True enough, yeah.
So the other side of this is it actually may end up being a blessing in disguise.
Right, the silver lining.
Yeah, the silver lining.
So to speak.
So they're not extinct, and they probably won't end up extinct. There's enough diversity in captivity to bring them back. So,
Nacho, why aren't you in here? Nacho's here.
He just got on.
Yeah. Well, no, I know, and I have to give him shit right away.
Nacho!
Come on, Nacho. You can tell them all about the koalas. You're closer to it than me.
They're so cute.
They're vicious little shits.
I know. That was going to be my next name. They're so cute, but so fucking vicious.
There are places you can go and cuddle a koala. And the first thing they do is bring out this bit of canvas that you drape across your shoulder before you hold onto it, because the little fuckers will bite you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't imagine, or I imagine so.
It is a bear.
I mean, they are, yeah. And well, they're
not a bear.
Well, they're not a bear.
Just kidding.
But they're wild animals, and we're huge, and they're going to be freaked out by us. So,
how big are they?
A good arm, a large teddy bear. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably
and heavy because they're bulky.
Yeah,
they're bigger than that. The fully grown ones are bigger than that.
Probably,
but they're very stocky, so they're quite heavy.
God damn it!
Doorknob head said chlamydia wasn't me. Well, Notch's not talking to us anymore.
Are they bigger than my Stimpy?
Some of the bigger ones, yeah.
Because he's pretty big.
Hey, Ren!
So they're bigger than like a raccoon, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the raccoons from my neck of the woods, have you?
We grow them pretty big here in Michigan too.
We've got raccoons here that they're
BBA's back.
He's back. Yeah,
he's back from outer space.
I figured out what was wrong with that stupid video.
Oh, yeah. So you fixed it?
Yeah, apparently there was a file that got deleted for some weird reason. No, it's a video file, but I don't know. It just got deleted for some odd reason.
You mean an audio file from the video?
No, it was a video that was going to be that I took on my phone that I was going to overlay onto the video, and I muted that file because it was just an overlay video, and I overlaid it and muted it, and then apparently it fucked up the entire rest of the video. I have no idea what happened though, and the video didn't even come up on the original, so like the overlay didn't come up and show up on the original, so I don't know what happened. And I can hear myself downstairs because I got a friend of mine watching me downstairs. So shout out to you.
Shout out to BBA's friend. Yeah, BBA's thanks for watching. Not your witnesses.
Well, I got him. I got him set up on my Xbox. So
sweet.
Shut up, Jordan.
Shut up, you bastard. Nacho just got home.
You already got your shout out
from visiting Ozman. Cool. Listening to y'all like he's from fucking Texas. Y'all and Amber simultaneously multitasking like a pro, if that's what you think. But means I won't be in. Sorry, I can't be omnipresent otherwise. Oh, come on, Nacho. We expect better from you, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on. You're meant to be a god. Come on.
Actually, he just released the video that I did with him.
That was a good video.
That was a good video.
Yeah, you like, because I was fucking baked. That's all I can tell you. I was fucking stoned as shit when I did that.
That was the thing. That was something I was actually going to talk to you about on the stream, was about blood donations, because I can't give blood.
Why?
Because really? In Australia, trans people cannot.
Not even for experimental?
I don't know. I don't even know about donating for experimental.
You know what, Jen? Look into it, because you can save lives that way too.
Yes, you can, but it annoys me because
I get it.
Yeah, it totally frustrates me because I mean, I understand there's exclusions for people who have unsafe sex practices, but labeling somebody being trans as being an unsafe sex practice is fucking transphobic.
Yeah,
and there's no other way I can describe that.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Because, and I know they don't do this in Canada. Trans people in Canada and New Zealand can donate blood. No problem.
Yes, they can. They still get questioned a little differently.
Do they?
Yes. Let me put it to you this way. Where I go on Oak Street, one of the nurses there that helps us when we go in and we get plugged in and whatnot, and we do our donating. He's my friend Wayne. He's a gay man, so he can't actually donate himself, but he does a lot of the questionnaires that they have to do with people, and they says that even some of the trans people still get, and it's because of I guess you might say some sort of a stigma left over from the whole, are trans people gays, or are they, like people didn't really exactly know what it is. Right. So ultimately, though, we have to consider, we have to think about the people that are receiving the blood, because ultimately we want to be helping and saving their lives. So we have to be as prudent as we can be in any sort of gathering of blood for saving lives, to make sure that it's not going to harm anyone in any way.
But having said that, the majority of blood that is gathered is tested.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
So why is this
actually more? All of it is pretty much. If they're going to be used for somebody, they're tested.
Yeah. So my question is, why is this now a problem? Because
I'll tell you why. Before it became Canadian Blood Services, it was actually the Red Cross that used to do the blood donating here.
See, we are still the Red Cross.
Okay, but we had an issue with tainted blood that somehow made it through that system.
Okay.
So they had to rebrand themselves to the Canadian Blood Services. It can happen. We're humans, and everything is...
And some people lie. But the questions that should be about... should not be about your sexuality, should be about how promiscuous you are.
Indeed. And that's generally what the questions here are.
Yes, and that's how they should be, and not about, oh, you're a trans person or you're a gay person, so you can't give blood. No, how promiscuous have you been? Because if you're somebody who's in a monogamous relationship, then you should be giving blood.
Mm-hmm. When I first...
senseless. You are no more danger than anybody else in a monogamous relationship.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's why a lot of gays here in Vancouver are now allowed to donate, as once they passed the tests, I guess. They can now donate. They don't have to strictly go to UBC to donate for medical purposes. They can actually donate to save people's lives. As long as they
trans people, regardless of whether you are a trans man or a trans woman in Australia, can only donate if you're celibate.
Really?
Yes, really. I made a video about this as well. I got really pissy, didn't I, Jay?
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, I got really pissy with them because they were calling out for O negative blood. I'm O negative.
O negative is universal.
Yeah, I am O negative. I cannot donate blood.
Oh my goodness.
So how much do you think that pisses me off?
I would, yeah.
I know this is stupid.
I'd be livid.
I mean, I could lie. I could go in there and just say I'm not trans, and probably wouldn't get queried at all. But that's not the point.
Yeah, there
shouldn't be an issue here. And
but Jen, you're O negative. Maybe it's time to lie.
No, fuck that. I'm not going to. I'd rather stand with other people and say your policies are wrong. Change them, you fuckers.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, see, that's what annoys me here. It's like
I'm just so conditioned to do what I can to save.
And it's even worse than that, because being O negative, I can only receive O negative.
Mm-hmm.
So right. So they wouldn't even let me go in and put blood aside for myself.
Wow. Like, really?
Yeah, really.
What?
Because blood that you put aside for yourself, if you're going to have an operation, if it's not needed, goes into general use afterwards. That's the policy. So if you cannot put blood into general use because of their policies, you cannot donate for yourself.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it really is. It's the biggest load of crap I have ever seen. Yeah,
you should definitely, if you get a chance, watch her video on that. She brings up some really good topics.
I really need to watch
in Australia makes all their policy decision based on evidence that comes out of the Heritage Foundation. That lovely right-wing Christian organization that I was talking about before. Yeah, from America. Yeah, they don't even listen to people in Australia.
Fucking jackasses.
Yeah, it is as bigoted as it comes. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
Well, I really hope that over time, like it's happened here in Canada, where they're starting to loosen those not knots, but they're loosening the rules for the GSRM community to be able to donate. I mean, if they come in and are able to donate, if they pass the test, then they can donate just like everybody else.
Yeah, that's how it should be. I mean, anyone who comes in,
I agree.
They ask a question about how promiscuous you are and whether you think you're a threat or whatever. They take the blood, they test you. If you test bad, then you get marked off as never being able to donate again, don't you? It's pretty simple. If you're good, then they accept you.
And you're O negative, and that is one of the most needed bloods out there.
Yeah, they were having, when I put the video out, they were having a drive to get O negative people in.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I didn't actually show up. I knew I couldn't anyway. But yeah, it just made me so pissed off at the time that we can't get people to go, well, here's one, and you won't take me, so fuck you. Yeah, you have to have not had sex for 5 years as a trans person.
5 years?
5 years, regardless of which way you transitioned.
What? They have a questionnaire on mine. When I fill out my questionnaire, have you ever had sex with a man since, I think, whatever, the last year or something? And of course, I haven't done anything since I was a kid, where it was mostly experimental. But yeah, so basically, I'm always able to say, no, I haven't. But when I first started, here's the thing: when I first started going in to do that question originally said, "Have you had sex with a man since 1970s, whatever the hell it was, 76 or 77?" But they said within the last year now. And of course, the same thing with the tattoos. I couldn't donate if I'd had a tattoo within the last 2 years, and now it's down to 6 months.
See, last I had seen, I wasn't able to get give blood because I got this tattoo in Singapore, and it was, I don't know if it's the same there, but for a while here in the U.S. it was if you had any tattoos from overseas, you weren't allowed to give blood anymore.
Yeah, which is stupid. I mean, what they should do. I mean, I understand why they do that, because it's the recipients. Their immune systems are fucked, right? So you could kill them if you do something wrong, and I get that. But they should have a way to test you before you go to donate to make sure that.
Because I got this one done. I got this one done in Singapore in '94.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah,
you would be showing symptoms of something.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, by now, so it's like,
hey, kitty.
But I don't know if they've changed it because I haven't been there in quite a long time because of that. But I haven't checked back into it. I've really been meaning to. I just haven't got around to it. Because I used to give blood all the time. When I was in the Navy, I gave blood once a month.
Really, you guys can do it once. We have to wait 56 days.
It was once. We could do it once every 30 days.
Wow, cool. I wish they would do that for me.
So yeah,
my next donation is January.
They test the blood. Why are there limitations? I think it comes down to a cost thing where they want to test as little blood as they can.
But that's irrelevant because they test every donation they get.
Yes, but if you can weed people out, you don't have to test it. So
yeah.
But it's still discriminatory, and they're missing out on blood that they can get because they are just labeling people as no straight off the bat.
Which is what I forgot to mention when I was talking about my friend Wayne, who actually works for Canadian Blood Services, because he couldn't be a donor at the time. He can donate now because they've tested him and whatnot. And, I'll even admit it, he may have had some preferential treatment because he worked for them to get tested to know that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's stupid. I think you should be able to take a test, and if you're clean, you can go in and donate.
And that should really count for anybody, because the risk factors are based on how promiscuous people are, not on your sexuality or your gender.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, me, I don't donate because I'm fucking petrified of needles.
Dude, I have 2 people that come with me on the regular basis that were once just like you. And I told them, I said, you know what? Suck it up for one time. Go in there, look away when they put it in. And both of them said to me after the first time we went in, both of them said to me, you know what? I didn't know when they put the needle in. It's a different kind of needle. It's not like getting a shot. They're bigger. So when they actually put them in,
see, and it's not really a physical thing with me. It's a psychological thing.
Look away.
So when you say it's like a bigger needle, it's not a physical thing. It's a psychological thing.
It's kind of satisfying though.
What I loved the first time I donated, you get that weird tingly feeling that goes through you. Yeah. That's the fucking coolest thing ever.
It is.
I'm like, whoa, this is a new experience.
We should say.
I wish I had a doobie.
Just on dumb practices with blood donations around the world, because there are so many stupid rules like this that I find really frustrating.
I understand, but I can't call them stupid because the people that are receiving the blood, we have to consider. We have to be stringent.
As I said, they test all the blood anyway.
I got you. I get you, and I'm 100% on board with that train of thought. But I have to look at their perspective as well as medical people, that they have to consider the welfare of the people that are receiving the blood. Bottom line.
Yeah,
but I'm with you on that. They should, if you pass the tests in order to donate, you should be 100% go ahead and donate.
And everybody who wants to donate should be tested, because anyone could be carrying a disease.
Yeah, me too.
If you exclude somebody just because you think they might not be a risk because of the way they answered the questions, and you're asking for tainted blood to go through.
Yeah. Well, we have our questionnaire. There's one question you can answer yes, and all the rest of them should be no. And the one question that you can answer yes to is, are you feeling well today? That's the only one you can say yes to. The rest of them should all be no. And now, there's an option to check off unsure as well. And if that happens, then they call you into the office and you talk to them. Well, what are you unsure? Well, I was like, when I went away to Texas last year to do the Faithless Forum, have you been outside of Canada in the last 6 months? I'm like, yeah. And so I had to answer yes to that. Then I noticed down the ways, have you been outside the Canada-US, across the oceans or something, which I was able to say no. So she goes, oh, you had to say yes to this. She goes, if you waited till you I'm like, yeah, but I can't get to that question until I answer this one. But it was kind of weird. But she goes, yeah. They have to ask these questions. I get a lot of them are really redundant too, but I always just keep in the back of my mind that this isn't about me. This isn't about what I've done. This is about the people that require the blood. This is about the people that need to have their lives saved.
I don't have as many quibbles with Canada because you can still donate.
Yes.
They've got systems in place so people can still donate. My argument is in Australia because the fucking antiquated
Australia
are ridiculous.
Sure, but we were like that too until recently too, Jen.
Yeah.
You got to remember
that.
I
know. And it's about time they changed it here too.
Well,
but whilst they're listening
point
to
them
the
in our
Heritage
direction.
Foundation, that's not going to happen.
Send them to me. The only person in Canada that has been able to set up a single person started blood donor group that has shattered the records.
Nice.
Send them my way. I'll fucking talk to them.
They won't listen.
I'm boasting much.
I boast because it's a big deal to me, and even the people that
it means something to me too. I would happily give my blood if I was allowed to.
Yeah, it's important, and that's why I say that all the time. Nobody in Canada, other than me, has been able to start up a Partners for Life group to the numbers that I was able to gather within the first year, and now we've well surpassed that. We garner, as a group in total, we garner over 500 donations every single year. And that's still for a single guy started, not single guy, but a single person started group. That's never happened before in Canadian history. So
it's awesome.
I'm pretty proud of that, actually.
Yeah. Good thing to be proud of.
Yeah. my dad was still alive, he'd probably be pretty pleased. But if he was still alive, I probably wouldn't have started the group. So it's kind of one of them catch-22 things.
Yeah.
Because I started it to honor his commitment to donating blood. Because when he passed away, before he passed away, he was able to reach 532 donations. That's pretty fucking good. And then I read an article. This is probably a couple of years after my dad passed away. I read an article about a guy out in the East Coast who just did his 1,000th donation.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. What? I didn't think humans could live long enough to donate 1,000 times. But apparently he did plasma for a while, and then he did platelets. And for platelets, you can go in every 2 weeks and donate.
Oh,
so the numbers can pile up like that. IQ, what's the matter, man? Getting noisy at your end?
Yep.
Oh, you guys, I could talk to you guys all night because, well, first of all, ETC is the first time in here, so that's fucking really cool that you decided to jump in, man. It's good to see you face to face for a change rather than all the Twitter bantering that we do. Is he frozen? I think he's frozen. Oh no, he moved. Okay, because you were like,
you didn't answer.
Sorry,
wakey, Jay.
I was checking out something. Sorry about that.
He was on Pornhub, face it.
Yeah.
No, it was Twitter.
It was
Twitter. Oh yay!
Yeah.
Hey, Robert.
He was checking out Neil's Pornhub.
What was that?
I said he was checking out your Pornhub channel.
Oh, of course. Yeah. All my ASMR masturbation videos. Oh yeah, those are a bunch of fun. Anyway,
now the problem is you said that now, but I'm almost going to guarantee you that exists somewhere.
I already know it does.
Oh, God.
Don't ask me the backstory to that one, but it's pretty funny. Anyways, I should probably break. We've been almost 3 hours, guys, and and it's been a lot of fun. I've had a good time.
It has.
Dallas,
it's been awesome.
Dude, it's great to see you hanging out with us again.
No, it's great to be on.
BBA, your furniture. I don't even want to talk to you.
And it's like Jen. It's like, yeah, and there's Jen.
No,
That's what you do with me.
Yeah.
This is Jen's first time in an after party. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's the first time in an after party. Well, because normally I do J stream and then I get out of the house and do stuff because it's during the daytime for me. So.
Right, because we have a life.
But I will try and make sure I get into some of your after party streams.
Well, you know the days I do them: Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. So if you're,
I wouldn't get in till late because J streams normally go a little bit longer than yours. So
no problem, no problem.
Yeah, I try to keep mine to about 2 hours.
Yeah,
because I have found that after about 2 hours, the conversations tend to die down on the topic you're speaking of. And you start, go branching off into other things. And
oh, come on, we branch off immediately. I don't know what.
Every time you're on, 10 minutes, 10 seconds in, we're not even talking about the topic. Jen's off on some rant somewhere.
This is what ADHD is all about.
I will guarantee you when I go and watch your video today, it was no better without me.
Actually, it was quite tame. It was just me, Chris, and Sam. So,
Robert didn't join you.
No, Bobby didn't make it.
Well,
he was in the chat, but
do you do these like every day of the week or
every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Yep, Saturday 9 p.m.
Fuck, man, why do I have to do this on Saturdays?
Well, see, that's my thing. Tonight, I was competing with you, Team Skeptic, Steve McRae.
Oh yeah.
Somebody else was on
McRae
too.
Shit earlier.
I'm going. All right, whatever. Because there are sometimes I get sometimes I think my best one, I think I had 36 people in, but nobody else was on.
Wow.
And then other times I get like tonight, I had 13. I think was my top number. But
I don't think I've had 36 in mine. Well, maybe the R&R Seth Andrew one, but
yeah.
And I think that was the one we did just a couple weeks ago, Jen. I don't remember what the topic on that one was, but yeah, it had quite a good showing.
That was the one that the first one Angie joined, where I dragged Angie.
Yeah. With Angie,
and everybody from Angie's show came over as well, and
so
we had that was a
that
great
one was
show,
funny.
though.
Oh, you want to see Jen was Angie was laughing so bad.
It
was great.
It is so much fun when you get Angie and I together in a stream.
Yeah. I invited Angie, but she's like, I don't deal with Bible stuff. I was like, fair enough. Yeah, I was like, fair enough.
But you had two great people on that show,
Yeah.
with Sam and Chris.
And Chris, yeah, they were good guys.
They are awesome. And you're on Friday night on Chris's channel, where we're going to do Corporate Uprising.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that. We might not be doing that video. He's not comfortable with the topic.
Okay.
But we did talk about some of the other stuff that Call for an Uprising does, and he's like, "Oh, okay, well maybe because Call for an Uprising just takes on everything."
Guys figure that out. I'm happy to be surprised.
So I mentioned the M&M's promoting cannibalism and.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Call for an Uprising did a video claiming that the M&M's commercial, the last one that came out on Halloween, where they were missing the one M&M, and they were like, "We ate him." Yeah, that supposedly that promotes cannibalism.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is every level of nuts you can imagine.
Oh yeah, everything is the Freemason, Illuminati, mind control, MK Ultra.
Well, he's got over 500,000 followers, and he uses them like an army to attack people.
Yeah.
Who's that one guy? Vigilant Christian?
Yeah, he's the same kind of person.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
Yeah. Call for an Uprising is just like Vigilant Christian, Richie from Boston.
Didn't Vigilant Christian get shut down though, or he's just not active anymore?
I don't know for sure. Okay. I haven't looked in on him in many months. But there's another one out there. Oddly enough, my very first video was on a lady called Hacking the Headlines. And she is just like them too, where she's all about the conspiracy, Illuminati, Satanism.
Yeah.
And hers was the Maroon 5 at the Super Bowl.
I still think the Queen of the Crazies is
the Church of Gale?
Yeah. No. The other one.
No,
the one about the the one who did the Aquaman thing.
Oh, Cosmic Empress.
That's
she's all into the star seeds and the spiritualism and.
She's just so off the planet. I mean,
she is just out there. She is so fun because hers isn't. She's not out there like Call for an Uprising, Vigilant Christian, where they're out there just being mean, trolly things. She's just out. Seems like she's just out having a good time.
She must be permanently high to think of the things that she does.
Yeah, that one with her with the Aquaman was just I'm telling you, it's not as fun.
That actually was the video that had you most viewers.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was
the
Aquaman.
And we had Angie in absolute stitches. She couldn't keep a straight face.
She could not believe what was going on in that one. She's like, "Are you kidding me?"
That what we were saying about it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It was so much fun. Hey, you're always welcome to join one of them if you want to have a go at some of these people.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's the stuff I normally look into. The woo oddball video stuff on my streams. Just this week and next week are going to be some special streams. But then we'll be back to looking at goofy stuff because they're so much fun.
Yeah, BBA, you will not believe the level of batshittery that they get themselves into. I hopped into one of Jay's streams and I was fucking speechless. Like,
IQ's been on.
I think the thing that freaks people most out about me when we're doing these streams is the fact that in the middle of the stream I'll just put myself in the mindset of one of these idiots and try and explain it from their point of view. To the point that Osman was going, "You have to stop doing that, Jen. It's fucking creepy."
Yeah, usually Osman produces, and then Jen is regular. I think you've been on all but 2 now, right?
I've missed 2 shows. Once I was traveling, and this one, and was your very first show the one that you invited us on with Eddie?
That was my very first one.
Okay, so yes, I've only missed 2.
Yeah. So she's a regular. Robert Legier's been on. He's kind of a regular. It's a little harder with Bobby now that he's got Going Critical going on. So again, and plus his work, he's been working an awful lot lately.
Berube, you have on quite a lot now.
Pete Berube, Zapaste pops in once in a while when he can. So. And
Angie now is semi-regular.
Yeah, as long as we stay away from the Bible stuff, Angie said she would.
Semi-regular. Has she been eating more fiber?
I think it's just that we give her the
shits. But yeah, if you guys want to just jump down a rabbit hole of just some weird stuff, look into star seeds.
No.
Star seeds or
don't
seeds?
even, Dallas, don't even.
You know what you guys should do one week? Just
Alice in Wonderland makes more sense than that shit.
Just because you have a show on at the same time as Neil, you guys should do a dual stream sometime.
We should. I agree.
Where you get a big group in and we're
going to, because he's going to be on my show.
Yeah. See, well but I should actually do one as an actual dual stream where you stream it to both your channels and.
Yeah. I it's funny. I should mention that too. To anyone that is on my show, they're more than welcome to mirror this on their channels. Anytime. I have no problem with that.
Oh yeah, all my stuff. Do what you want with it.
Let's see. I'll just break out the shredder. I'm gonna lock it up in the bottle, and I'm gonna put a little note in this: say "Do not watch," and stick it in the ocean. Holy fuck! Am I ever an asshole?
So yeah, I have, because my originally started my channel was to help drop conspiracies, put the truth behind them, and I have fallen down so many rabbit holes.
Oh, I bet.
Looking into these, it's just they get weirder and weirder the more and more I look.
Do you have to take like a sabbatical at some time where you're just
there are times
I can't do this?
Yeah, I've not too long ago I took almost 2 weeks off. I had to step away. I just couldn't. I'm like, no, I need a palate cleanse type of thing.
Yeah, right.
But have you ever found a conspiracy that you actually believed in that you didn't think you would otherwise? Like, you ever found anything that was convincing?
The only one, and I know there are issues with it, but I still believe kind of in the ancient alien theory is the only one. I don't.
There might have been ancient aliens who visited Earth and did some things.
What was the one piece of whatever that convinced you?
Just the what's the word? The coincidence between like the Egyptians and the Mayans in their temples, the way their temples are built, to have the same things in 2 different places in the world at roughly the same time.
More than that, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is more than that, but it's that kind of.
But there is the thing that the pyramid is the most stable, large shape that you can build. If you.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying
they had to figure that out first, which is why you get some of them were weird angles.
Yeah. And every single civilization that's built pyramids has done the same thing.
Yep.
So it's the same as convergent evolution.
Yep.
Well, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying that they still think that it might be plausible that there was, and not so much as ancient aliens, but maybe a more
plausible that aliens are out there and could possibly
have visited. Yes, I of the conspiracy theorists ideas, I think yes, you're probably right. That is the most plausible.
Yeah. I would 100% agree with that for sure.
More and it is interesting. Alien abductions, actually.
Well, See, that's the part where sure, they may be there and they may have visited us and we may have seen them. Mikey, why aren't you in? Oh yeah, right, because we're full. Mikey just showed up. What's going on, brother? But I think, of course, the alien races are more than likely out there somewhere in some form.
Yeah.
Whether or not they've been dropping by us and going, yeah, they're fucked, and continuing on is another story. Whether or not they intervened with humankind, I'm sorry, but that just seems highly unlikely to me on the bacterial form or level, just right off the hop. Because if they come down here and who's to say any of our bacteria wouldn't take them out like that?
Yeah.
You've seen War of the Worlds and the end of War of the Worlds, right?
Yep. Although we do see evidence of alien DNA on our planet in the what is it?
Oh, come on. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Squids, is it? Or
no. It's squids, yes. It is cephalopods.
Squid DNA does not appear to be it appears to be a different form of recombinant DNA to other life forms on our planet. That's not a conspiracy theory.
You're 100%. You're right. Oh no, I know it is. Yes,
I mean, it's just as likely that it evolved to be that different as it is that it came from
exactly, because they can trace it back to a common.
It is very
DNA
alien
ancestor, but yes, they definitely evolved along a very different path than we did.
Yeah,
and there is actually a thought now that if our species was to be wiped out, that cephalopods would be the next evolved species.
Yeah,
they would become the powerhouse,
the dominant species. Yeah, I see that.
Well, there's already cephalopods that build villages.
Yes,
really,
and live in villages and support each other. In fact,
have communities.
If they weren't underwater,
they're Nautilus, right? That's the Nautilus that are doing this, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's two problems for squids. One is they tend to fuck themselves to death.
Relatable.
Oh, back in the 80s, I could relate.
and the other one is that because they're underwater, how do they develop other technologies? I mean, it's very hard to evolve technological.
Aren't dependent on whether there's water or not. So that's
yes, but water makes it very hard to do things like electronics or
electricity is not very safe.
Or make paper.
Okay, that's a valid point.
So it is a lot harder if you're a water-based life form to actually develop a technological society.
What, they can't come up with water-resistant watches?
Yes, but cephalopods can survive out of the water. So
yes, they can.
Could they come onto land if there wasn't competing? Well, they probably would. They'd fill the niches if they ended up being a surviving species.
Most, what do they call them? I can't think of the word. Anyways, they had a show on TV recently. It was actually aimed at kids about going way into the future of the Earth. And there were cephalopods swinging through the trees because they developed lungs eventually and were able to live on land rather than in the water. And I kind of it was definitely brain power. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're almost on par with us.
Yeah.
And they're problem solving. Like I watch a channel actually on YouTube, and right now I can't remember the name of it, but I will. Anyway, where they do tests on octopi and squid and stuff like that. And they give them puzzles and things to solve. And these animals, people, are figuring it out like that. Yeah. Like it's not a problem for them. They're smarter than we give them credit for. And then you get stupidity that comes in because we're humans, we're dumb, let's face it. And they use these cephalopods to bet on sporting games. They put the two logos of the teams up there, and whichever one the cephalopod goes to, because he likes it better, is the one that they end up betting on. And the weird thing is their win ratio on that is over 70%.
Yeah, it's like close to like 80% or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, what do these fucker little 8-legged pieces of crap know more than we do?
I wonder if they could learn to play chess or something like that.
Probably. You give him enough time. Well, what's that old saying? You give a monkey enough time, and he can probably print out a Shakespeare. Yeah. Which is horse shit. It's just, no, not going to happen. What the? Oh, it's Mikey. Okay, Mikey wants in too. Dude, I'm full. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
This is how much Neil's had to drink because he just said this 10 minutes ago.
I know. What? This is number 5. This is nothing. I'm an expert. Now, okay.
Oh, wow. If I was up to number 5, I'd be drunk.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She's pissed drunk at 5.
I'm not pissed drunk.
No, she is.
Oh,
I am.
Okay. 3,
she was witnessed it.
At 3, she was 3 sheets to the wind, and then she had 2 more.
I didn't even finish 5, Jay.
Oh, you didn't even finish it?
Throwing down the sink the next morning.
All right, I have a request. If anyone would like to jump out so that Mikey could jump in for a little bit before I call this quits, because we're getting to be 3 hours, and I'm going to have to go eventually. But
I'll fall on the sword again. We're good.
IQ, I love you, man.
I gotta drive home anyway, so we're good to go.
Well, it's a good thing I'm the one drinking and you're not.
Shit.
Well, it's good to see you again, IQ.
Yeah, you too, Jay. Until next time, everybody. Stay curious.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, Thomas.
See you guys.
See you later.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what you had asked earlier, Dallas, about the conspiracy theories, the one that I think is the most horseshit.
On finally. Oh my God! Get him out of here! I'm so sick of IQ.
I know, right? He's fucking everywhere.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. You say it.
I was gonna say the one conspiracy theory I think is the most bullshit is the apes aren't real.
What?
Wait. Okay. This is okay.
All right, you're gonna have to fill us all in.
Dude, you just broke my brain.
Hans Wormhead, Jen. Hans Wormhead.
Oh yeah, I figured it'd be someone like him.
He thinks the great apes are just people in costume.
Oh, fuck off!
Oh my God.
What is his website? I'm on my way.
Hans Wormhat.
Hans Wormhand?
Wormhat.
I'm not taking him fucking seriously. No. I'm not fucking typing that into my fucking browser.
Yeah.
And no, your browser will malfunction if you do that.
No, end up on yet another government list. No fucking thank you.
Based on just the name, I think the name is speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never heard that one before.
He's also the guy that says every person in Hollywood and the media, no matter what it is, are all transgender.
Yeah.
All the males are women and all the women are men.
Didn't he originally start all that transvestigation shit?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he was actually the starting point long before.
No, you know what it is?
Cock rising, Kangady's cock rising, and all that got involved.
Yeah. He was like a
fuck are these people allowed to live?
He's like a fucking pit bull at the dog park that's sniffing everybody's crotch.
Hey! You did not see me doing that.
No, not you. Not you. Not you. This guy.
Yeah, we did the one video on my stream where he was saying that Steve Irwin was an actual woman and Terry was a man.
Yeah, and then daughter.
Now I need his link because now he's an enemy of me. Yeah. How fucking dare you? What a treasure that man was.
A lot of his videos have been taken off of YouTube. So if you go over to BitChute, you can pull up all the stupid shit off of that one.
There's a lot of talk about fuck off YouTube and going over to BitChute. There's a lot of talk about that.
I don't want to fuck up anybody's platform, but maybe we'll talk off stream. I think some planning and some scheming and some organizing needs to take place. It's gonna happen because if you're not a multi-million-dollar corporation, videos, they don't
care about us anymore.
Setting it up to get rid of the riffraff. You know what I'm saying? They're making sure.
Which is how they made their fucking money to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is how they made their money to start with. And now they've moved on, which is their right. But now we need to move on as well. And someone will pick up that slack. And off air, we can talk about the places that are allowing us to survive and thrive in their spaces, because YouTube, sorry guys, y'all don't want us here anymore. You're making it very clear that y'all don't want honest, fucking real speech, real conversations, real debates, controversial issues, people connecting. That's not YouTube's agenda. They want Baby Shark 24 goddamn 7.
Don't even say that word to
Shark
me.
playing on everyone's phone at the same time. They'll make so much money.
Yeah. Baby Shark, Shark.
There's no quicker way to get booted out of my fucking shows than to sing that song.
I have heard that song so many times.
But if you're YouTube, think about it from their point of view. Douchebag makes Baby Shark. It gets 4 billion views, and here we are arguing, and we'll get 1,000 views.
I know.
It's real hard to argue with, like, why don't I get more
financially? I get it. I get it,
but I get it too. So maybe all of us controversial motherfuckers will give our money to somebody else, and then they can just miss out on that.
Why don't we fucking make our own damn channel where we can all?
We're going to talk about off air, Neil. Jesus fucking Christ!
No, I don't think he's going to help you.
That's what we're gonna call
he couldn't even manage being born in a century where he could have had YouTube.
Oh,
right.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah.
And that'll be the emblem.
The JFC tube.
Actually, Jesus Christ is on YouTube.
Yeah, he's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking channel. I'm subscribed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'm subscribed to God and Satan on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Some like crazy fundamentalist Christian lady was saying some shit about Satan does this, and then like Satan tweeted it, like retweeted, like, what the fuck?
I didn't say that.
I never said that. This is bullshit. And he was like so mad about it. It was
weird. His tweets on Sunday are the greatest ones. Like, hey, fuckers, get out of church. You lying bastards. What are you doing?
Waiting on you in the parking lot.
That's the best, man. Another guy.
Verify Satan.
Go ahead, Jack.
I was just saying, verify Satan.
Verify Satan. How do you do that?
How do you
on Twitter? I'm talking about on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
How many? Do you need like a certain amount of followers to get verified?
No, it's not even that.
It's like, I think it's like a certain amount of followers or some sort of attention in a certain span of time.
Really?
I think that's what it is.
I thought you had to become more of a not a business, but you were
like an LLC.
Kind of, yeah, something like that. Where
I think you start getting money once you get verified.
Yeah, the potential's there because you can have promotion stuff on your own. But I don't know if you've noticed, even on our lowly accounts that we have now, there are still ads that come in or promotional stuff that when people go to your they're going to see one after the first couple of your tweets.
Here with his promotional ads. Look at you doing big things.
Me?
Look at you.
I got monetized, yeah.
Big man on campus. Everybody else fall back.
No. It always blows me away when shit like this happens because I'm just some fucking schlub from Canada that makes videos where I talk to people. I don't know why.
You're our schlub from Canada. Don't you ever take that away from us.
Okay, fine. And I think, Mikey, I want to talk to you a little bit after all of this, like tomorrow or something. I think you and I need to do a stream outside of all this deconversion stuff that we can talk about maybe doing something together. Musically, I mean, like talking about music and stuff like that.
I have an idea for a channel.
Okay.
I won't say it here because you little snakes. They'll put it up so fast.
Snakes are people too.
What's gonna happen is I'm gonna put out the idea and someone's like, yo, That was a hey yo, LOL, Mikey. That's so funny. What a great idea. Haha. 20 seconds later, the channel has already been fucking made because y'all are way better and faster at that shit than me.
I don't know. I think Doorknob Head's on the right track here. Squeeze one out, Hub.
We should
ever get blessed to have him in here.
We should make. I wish I could go to bed, Hub. Right before I go to sleep, Hub. Like,
why the hell am I still awake?
Yeah.
No one can see this, right, Hub?
Callan is a snake. I know lots of people have had issues with Callan lately.
We were talking about Callan earlier.
Yes. Callan and I have never butted heads. I've actually had Callan on the show. Had a good conversation with him. Or her. I've never really had an issue with Callan, but I've seen some of the fireworks that have come from some of the issues that she's been involved with. So,
Tony,
I like Callan. I
do too.
I legitimately do, and I have butted heads with her on numerous occasions. We actually mutually blocked each other for a little while.
Did you? Yeah, but I can say the same thing about S.J. Thomason.
I don't like
me.
her.
I block her. Oh no.
I've never blocked her, but I don't like her. She just gets. She just annoys me.
I haven't blocked her or made sure I was blocked by her because I just like watching, reading the stupid shit she posts.
Yeah. I'm
Unbelievable.
She says
so I just sit back and laugh.
No, I lost my shit at her when she had that shit to say about Squircifer when he passed away.
Oh yeah.
I fucking lost my shit, and that's when she banned me, or when she blocked me.
Oh
yeah.
Tony says she identifies as a snake, so her spiritual identity is a snake.
Yeah, he forgot the word trouser though.
Tony says he's an android. We've already proved
Tony's an android.
We've proved this over like 30 streams, and he's a bot.
He's in all of them all the time.
I like Tony. Tony's awesome.
The TD bot is in everyone's chat simultaneously. It's not a real person. It's an android at best. Him android. He's like Data on the Enterprise.
Yep.
Oh no, Data's way more impressive.
That's fired. Shots fired.
She says you can't even whistle. You whistling sucks.
All right. Tony, you need to give me your address offline. I just spilt my beer everywhere.
Why?
It's okay.
Yeah, I think, Neil, you're going to actually have to have Tony on so you can prove that he's a real person.
Okay, so Neil, once this is over, please send me DM your address. I'm going to send you the best gift that anyone has ever given you. And this is what it's called. It's called, and this is a shameless plug, it's called a Mighty Mug. Have you ever heard of this?
I've heard the term mighty and I've heard the term mug, but I don't think I've heard them married like that.
Okay, so a Mighty Mug looks like such. Baby, can you grab my tumbler out of the top shelf where the cups are? I live with my amazing girlfriend now, and I'm. Can you please go get my Starbucks mug from the top shelf up there? This is the best. This is the best.
I want money, Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. You already got my direct deposit shit. Okay, so it looks just like this. It looks like a tumbler. You know, it's full. It's like aluminum. It protects the temperature, all that shit.
Yeah.
So how the Mighty Mug works is like this is your tabletop. You put it down.
Sure.
Can I balance this? No. Baby, I need an arm. Just hold this steady, please. I'm all okay, so it's doing this, right? It's on the table. Okay. Oh, let me just reach for my mouse. You can't knock it over. The only way to make it fall over is to pick it straight up.
I've seen
It's got a suction cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
the guy I work with has one on his
coffee cup. The weight of the
cup
cup and the beverage creates a vacuum underneath
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my buddy's got on his coffee cup.
It's the bee's knees. I had one and I left it at a practice space and I haven't seen it. So I'm thinking about buying a couple.
Oh, cool.
I will send one of those up to the VC for my home business.
All right. And Tony, since you're an Android, I got a present for you if you give me your address.
A 9-volt battery.
Nope. A little Android keychain guy.
He's a bot. I don't know if androids like being called bots, but I don't know if that's derogatory.
You okay with that? Yeah, you're good?
That's
fine with it.
That's their word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say that.
You call me an Android. Oh, wait. No, wait. No, you don't call no Android a bot. Or wait, is it you don't call a bot an Android? Or
it's the N word for them so they can say it. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Does that mean that me being raised as a Jew, I can throw the word kike around?
Yes. Well, who can tell you not to say it?
Nobody really, but I don't use it anyways.
And that is your right and privilege to do so. So
Okay.
all of you white people who tell me I can't say words that I don't say on stream because I'm a professional. Let me tell you something. I say it all the fucking time.
You know, it's funny though, when I think of the word like kike that I used, right? There's another strike. Thanks, YouTube. Anyways,
Bye, YouTube.
I think it always takes me back to Porky's, the original Porky's.
Oh, wow.
Where Buddy in the change room
I wasn't
was
allowed
making fun of the Jew. Oh, you weren't? My dad took me and my buddies to see it. We were still kids.
You got a cool dad.
Oh, he was pretty damn cool.
I didn't
Anyways, there's that one scene where in the locker room and he's going, and one of the bully greaser guys is like, "Yeah, I think it's time to fly a kite. Why don't you guys say we go outside and fly this kite?" And the guy that was the Jewish kid was like, "It's actually kike." Okay, it's not kite. But I wouldn't expect some idiot like you to realize that. So, you haven't seen Porky's, dude?
I
seriously?
I'm an adult now, so I could probably watch it.
I'm an adult now.
As a ute, I was not allowed to.
A ute.
The
two utes.
What a huge movie! Oh,
that's a fucking great movie, man.
Has anyone seen The Irishman? I heard that's Joe Pesci's like best work.
It's pinnacle.
I have it in my Netflix in my queue. I've yet to watch it. I really want to because I really enjoy Scorsese stuff.
Fucking awesome. That one, and I was pretty impressed with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood too. That was pretty good too.
So there's Pesci, De Niro, and Pacino.
Yeah,
yep.
And Keitel.
Yep.
Somebody else too. I don't remember. Yeah.
Pulling out the big guns. I see you.
No, just not Ray Liotta.
I guess. Well, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, it's like getting late for you and for you too, BBA.
Yeah, it's 12:46 right here.
How long have we been going for now?
3 hours, 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep,
we should probably be wrapping.
I think so, but I was trying to stay on a little bit longer because Mikey just got in here. So,
BBA, I would like to make metal with you, if that's cool.
Have you heard?
Is that a new euphemism? Is it?
Hold on, BBA. Have you released the cover of Failing Gracefully yet?
You remember I accidentally uploaded it to my Atheist channel?
Yeah.
I need to put it on my personal channel.
Oh, okay. Well, then
but after I do that, then I will.
Okay. Because he covered one of my tunes, and I was all teary. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is the first!" Because he's the first one ever to do that.
That is a brilliant idea. I would love to cover one of Neil's tracks.
Oh well.
Whoa.
The thing is I don't normally.
My brain.
The thing is, I normally don't do clean, so it absolutely sounds like shit to me.
Well, I thought it was pretty damn good, man. He kept right up there with me.
We'll pick a different track.
Not quite. I was about 4 notes below you.
Wow.
I got mad
rage. I didn't hate it. Let's put it that way.
And then there was one part in there where you went up, and my voice actually started to crack for a split second.
I'm older than you. I've been training longer than you. I'll do that part. You do the other parts. We'll do it together. Mix it. I'm a producer. I'll mix it together, and we will fucking.
That sounds like it could be pretty fun. Dallas, I thought you were leaving.
Yeah, I'm leaving. No, I'm signing out. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, man, anytime, man. You know that.
See ya.
Hi, Dallas.
Bye.
Dallas, I'm going to follow you on Twitter. Never mind.
You should, though, and sub to his channel. He's got some really good content.
You know, it's funny if you talk about Neil's music. I'm actually in the background. Got "Taste My Sin" playing in the background.
That's Aaron Ra's favorite tune of mine.
I love it, man. It is great.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. I never thought I would hear this kind of replies to the stuff because I basically had it out there, but really only the people in my immediate circles around locally had ever heard it. Mm-hmm. So now that it's getting out there, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I like Dollhouse
other than
thanks, man.
Yeah, other than failing gracefully, I think my other two top ones would have to be probably Tangled, Dollhouse, and Cause and Effect. Those are like my top three. Other top three.
Cool.
So
that's cool. Wait till you guys hear the new stuff. We're in the midst of recording it now. It's pretty damn good.
Cool.
A little bit more bluesy or edged, but I'm buying a harmonica.
I have the best cover of Radiohead in my vault that I will release at the $100,000 Patreon level.
Wait, I'm already there, no? Yeah, like I could afford that.
We're at $999,999. One more dollar and you would have got it, but
damn it. All right, I'll sell this ring and then we'll,
I would love to just like push you to that next level, but you were almost there.
Like I could afford that much anyways. Sometimes I'm lucky. I can't even afford to pay to spend the night, for crying out loud.
If you're ever in Chicago, you have a place to stay.
That's cool.
Ever in Chicago, you have a place to stay.
Doorknob Head thinks my next
album I love Chicago.
J-pop.
And
I actually one of the girls
Chicago's bullshit and crappy. It's a great, beautiful city, but living here is so expensive and fucking ridiculous. And the tech.
One of my first girlfriends that I had when I lived in Israel lives in Chicago, actually.
Yeah, I lived up in Great Lakes, so we used to go down to Chicago all the time.
Oh, the military base?
Yeah. Yep.
That's Skokie, so that's like north side.
Yep. Yeah, north Chicago.
Place than where I'm at. I'm like southwest suburbs.
Oh, okay.
I'm about 50 miles out, so it's just as expensive.
I need to be rich. This is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So I can travel everywhere and visit everybody.
I have plans on us all. Well, we'll talk after the stream. I'll talk. When this plan goes through, because I only hang out with champions. I only hang out with winners. Neil, you don't think?
Why the hell am I here?
So Neil, who's
or me for that matter?
Neil, tell me who's raised more blood in Canada as a YouTuber? Just list those 5 people off to me real quick. Oh, it seems we have a new champion. His name is Neil the 604 Atheist. It's you. No one does it better than you.
Wow.
You've done it. Like that's you're the shit in that area. I only associate with people who are the shit in their particular area.
You just call me shit.
I did, but I called you the shit. The shit is different than
you're the of all the crap out there. You're the best of the crap.
No, oh, okay, I feel better. It's the least stinky. There's less flies around me.
Yeah,
you're all on
your premium crap. Only the best flies on you.
Premium crap.
Your shit don't stink.
I don't even know where to take that.
Your shit don't stink.
Oh, you clearly haven't been to my place when I've been in there.
Burritos on Monday. It's not great on Tuesday.
I don't know, man. I like my egg sandwiches on.
Ooh, boy.
This whole topic But what I'm gonna do is
Congratulating.
I have some couple of friends of mine that really apparently really want to smoke a joint, and I'm the only one with the weed right now. So I've gotten 6 texts in the last 15 minutes from them. So I should probably go and appease my my friends, because they'll disown me if I don't. But
you go
anyway.
Enjoy a good smoke.
Yeah. And Jen, man, I can't tell you how awesome it was you were able to bail me out for today.
Oh no, that was all my pleasure. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and this one of the reasons I do this, and ETC, you're included in what I'm about to say, is I get a chance to get to know the people that I communicate with on Twitter and YouTube and whatnot better this way. Like, I mean, seriously, guys, I'm like 6 in now. And so you're getting to see me, because they say the truth comes out when you're drunk. Although I'm not really drunk, because I nurse the shit out of these, so I'm able to pace it to where I reach a level, and I'm good at that.
You do a better job of it than I do.
Well,
hey, yep, I'll agree with that one.
0 paging Dr. 4.
Well, I like to pace myself when I reach a certain level, right? So, at Neil 604 Atheist, notice me, senpai. Titan Uranus. Wait, what?
No. Hey, Titan Uranus was in my stream the other day. What up, Titan?
That is the most ingenious fucking name I've ever seen. Titan Uranus.
It's Titan Uranus. To be fair.
Uranus. I know. That's
the
best, though.
But I guess it's better.
That's a fucking brilliant name. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes I'm dumb enough that I just I'm too stupid to come up with shit like this. Because
76 screen names and like YouTube channel names that I should have had.
Yeah,
but it's too late.
Yeah, especially Titan Uranus, right?
Like Titan Uranus is like in the vein of shit that I would pick, but I didn't pick that.
The vein of shit, Uranus. I get it. Yeah.
I didn't go there. I could have, and it would have been perfect. But I was.
That's what I'm for.
Conservative. I wasn't brave enough to go there, and because I wasn't brave, I have failed. So that's why my name in this chat is. Oh, let me go. You
yeah, it's all fucking backwards.
/C/the Deviants. Please sub. I'm at 105 or some shit.
You're only
you should be so much more.
This is what I'm fucking saying.
How the fuck is it you're not past me?
I'm the redheaded stepchild with dark skin. The shit ain't right.
No, it's not.
I'm the Sinbad of YouTube.
I am just imagining what a rant would be like with you on a stream.
Right?
Because I rant bad enough as it is, but oh wow, that
Mikey's so fucking fun. Glorious. He'll shine like the brightest star. All right, I got to call this quits, or I could just keep going all night.
Well, you're at 112 now, Mikey.
Hey,
we're almost at 3.5 hours for this one. I think this is one of the longest ones I've done in a while.
It.
Oh,
I did
shush!
7.5 hours last weekend. This is it. That's all you got.
I've been on 8-9 hour longs, like Dawn, like when we used to go on another freaking Atheists. When I went up there to Kamloops to visit them, we were on like a 10-hour fucking long stream one.
Did you set up Patreon yet, or were we talking about that off stream too?
Yes, I've set up Patreon. I have 3 patrons.
I fucking told you. Good fucking job. Thank you, sir. Now that I know it's set up, after this is over, will be becoming a patron of Neil the 604 Atheist. So if you guys want to find the Patreon account of Neil the 64 Atheist, I would guess it would be patreon.com/
Neil the 604 Atheist?
Whoa!
Look, the links are in the description box below. I always have them now.
Give Neil $2 a fucking month.
You don't even.
I apologize, Mikey. I actually wasn't subbed to you either.
Give Neil $2 a fucking month.
I only have 3 tiers. I'm not looking to rake people over the coals. 1, 2,
I'm
and
sorry,
5.
Mikey. I wasn't subbed to you either. I apologize. I thought I'd done that the other day.
You are so offensive.
I know.
Your leopard print in the background.
Hang on.
You in the streets of Glasgow.
Titan, if you're on Twitter, like, do I know you? Like, because that's a brilliant name, and I know a lot of brilliant people on Twitter. But Titan, if you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at 604atheist, and we'll talk. Because if you have a deconversion story, I'd love to have you on the show too.
And Neil, and that's the best part about Neil. Not only is he easy to subscribe to on Patreon at
Mikey's officially my new marketer.
Just promote my Patreon.
Right?
Not only is he easy to find, and there's a link right below us right now, but he's easy to access. You just hit him up on Twitter, the 604
Oh yeah, I don't usually.
And he's so cool. He just like talks to you. I've done one. BBA's done one. Jen did one. ETC lie. If you haven't done one, say you have. It's like fucking. I felt relaxed.
ETC's got one coming.
I've got one coming.
My nipples weren't even hard. It was just a relaxing, fun time. I enjoyed all of it. It was a good time.
You felt like you needed a smoke afterwards, didn't you?
Do we?
Let me just say,
I think that's the best compliment I could get.
Let me just say, he rode me hard and put me away wet.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. He still writes me, I miss you.
My dearest atheist.
The only problem with Neil is he makes you sleep in the wet spot.
Yeah, well.
My dearest
like I want you?
Since my last letter, and I want to let you know.
Shit, Jen, I got to take you off the 20th now. So just so you guys know, since Jen was able to kick in for today, I now have Monday, January the 20th available. If anyone
That's
would like
actually earlier for you, Jay, than your normal.
I found a new religion, and I'll deconvert again just so I can be on another. I was Muslim for about 3 hours. Let's talk about that for an hour.
Well, and the conspiracy, who's in here with us right now, is on Saturday, February 1st. He's going to be 6 p.m. and I think we're going to have a good time. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to once we get. Well, yeah. Well, I think once we get through the deconversion story, I really want to talk to you about some of the cooler or wackier out there conspiracy theories that you've come across. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And Neil, by the way, two things. One, Pirate Kitty said she wants to come on the show.
Well, there you go. Here's your 20th.
Oh.
Got her.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
Pirate, I think you've mentioned to me that you want to be, and I'm sorry, I wish I was smarter because I can't remember things as good as I'd like to.
This is the same spiel you gave me, Neil.
I know.
See how he does.
So many people. I get emails from people, and then of course they get fucking buried in the list of shit that I get because I also get.
We have a new video for you.
Yeah, I know, and. Any comments or what? Like I just get inundated in my email boxes. But yes, all right, Pirate Kitty, I'll send you my current schedule and we'll set something up.
But you know the 20th is free now, Kitty. So grab that now.
It's the earliest day available. Actually,
yeah, it's the earliest one available.
It's the only ones I have.
Can't be Monday.
Orla, how are you?
Okay.
Sheriff?
Orla's here. Orla's one of my favorites.
Orla added me on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, this is definitely a Russian bot."
How come you haven't got lots of subscribers then?
She didn't have a lot, so I was like, "Oh, this is definitely some Russian agent trying to compromise my bullshit." Yeah,
I've got Kitty here in the chat. It would have to be a Wednesday. The first available Wednesday that I have is February 19th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. If you're down for that, then I will pencil you in. Somebody raised a good point with me. They go, I just, Steve-O the Sane is the one I got, who's a friend of Dawn's, who just took Wednesday, February 12th.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll pencil you in. He goes, What's a pencil?
That's not funny. That's not funny. That is just like okay, boomer isn't funny.
I know it's not funny.
That's not.
As soon as somebody's used that on me, I was like, I'm sorry, is that supposed to be insulting? Like what? But I got to tell you, the best version I've seen of that is the new Yoda meme where it's got the old Yoda talking to me, and it's like boomer, okay. And then the old Yoda's like, you little shit, right? Like it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Actually, that one was funny.
Have we all caught up on Mandalorian?
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen the latest episode.
No. You guys are all talking at the same time. Take turns.
Sorry, I haven't seen the latest episode. I haven't seen episode 5 yet.
That's fucking awesome.
I haven't. I'm gonna watch 5.
It's awesome.
I've just seen the first 4 because that's the only ones that have popped up on Disney Plus.
Baby Yoda!
Oh, love Baby Yoda.
Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not actually Yoda though, but
yeah.
No, I have a theory.
You have
the baby's 50 years old. You realize that, right?
I do realize that.
Hang on. No. Let me do my. No, Mikey. The funniest thing just happened because I got this stream going on downstairs with my friend of mine, and I just heard you scream "Baby Yoda" from downstairs. I'm like, oh fuck.
Kitty's just said that when that Wednesday would work.
I just pencil is a type of penis. No, doorknob head. Why is everything about dicks?
Doorknob.
All right. So Wednesday, February 19th, to all you lucky people who are still watching this,
Hi, Purple.
I will have my guest will be Pirate Kitty. All right.
Awesome.
So here's my guess, and here's my theory about Yodas, the Yoda peoples. Because okay, Neil, you're a Star Wars guy.
Well, I know some.
Okay,
I'm no bionic dance.
What is the name of Yoda's race?
We don't even know.
There is no.
We don't know. So perhaps they're so full of midichlorians that they can just rebirth themselves. That might be actual Baby Yoda.
No. Hold on. Even Yoda
we don't know that.
Skywalker, the most amount of midichlorians in his system ever.
Right.
Which would be more than the Yoda species.
But that doesn't mean that just hasn't happened yet.
Fair enough.
That's a separate lane on the highway. This could be Yoda. It just be like you.
There's still
like a reincarnation.
It would be reincarnation Yoda.
It wouldn't be Yoda.
Mikey,
it would be Re-Yoda.
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 Mikey, if that was
Yoda 2.0, this could be Yoda 2.0. You saw the force powers it had.
Yes, of course.
Yoda 2.0. It can literally be Yoda 2.0, but it's just not old enough to talk yet.
Let him go. He's excited.
Mikey, if that was the case, then how do you explain Yaddle?
Oh, the female of that species?
If that was the case, how do you explain Yaddle?
How do we know that there's not literally 2 of them, a male and a female?
Maybe this is their offspring.
You've only seen
and that is their offspring. So how is it? Like, I don't think that what you said.
That's a valid point, actually.
I don't think that what you said doesn't disqualify what I have said. That just proves the point even further. They had a baby. Yoda and Yada had a baby.
Okay, hang on. I have to set something straight in the chat here. Purple. Yeah. I get the whole Jar Jar thing, but the Mandalorian and any hardcore Star Wars fan will tell you this. The Mandalorian is the first thing that has been done since the original trilogy that still actually feels like it's part of the original trilogy universe. So I would highly recommend that you check out the Mandalorian.
I really like Rogue One.
No, I liked Rogue One, and I'm sorry to say it, but I really like Solo too.
I really like Solo.
I like Solo. I still think they picked the wrong actor to play Solo, though.
You know,
I coped with that, and I liked it.
I thought the same thing until I watched it, and I thought by the end of it, I was like, "You can pull it off."
Just like they remixed fucking Captain Kirk for the new Star Trek.
Well, with Pike?
Movies.
Yeah.
And he's very good, but he's not Shatner.
No.
The new guy is very good.
But he's no Ford.
But he's not fucking Ford.
Yeah.
I liked.
Good. I know. I agree with you.
He's very good, but he's different.
I really liked what's his name that they picked for Bones in the new Star Wars.
Oh, Carl Urban.
Yeah, I thought he was
he was
brilliant as Bones.
He did a very great.
He had the mannerisms and everything.
I was dying laughing. Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. And though he doesn't look a thing like him, I liked what's his name is Scotty as well.
Oh, yeah. Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
I think he was.
I don't know.
Pegg.
Are you guys familiar with Are you guys familiar with Star Trek Continues?
Yes.
The YouTube series with Vince Mignon or whatever his name is, and Todd Haber, whatever.
What's his name from?
Chris Doohan.
From
James Doohan plays Scotty on that series. His son.
Didn't what's his name from MythBusters actually appear in a couple of
Yes,
those?
Grant Iwahara.
Yeah.
He played Sulu on most of the season.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's about 12 episodes or whatever, but look them up on Star Trek Continues. They're all on YouTube, and I actually kind of liked them. I thought they were pretty cool.
Oh, I liked them. I'll tell you, they were the ones I've seen so far. I think I've only seen the first 3.
And I like the addition of the ship's counselor too, which they finally which is almost like a segue into
next gen.
Yeah, where they have a ship's counselor on board, and she played really good.
Don't talk to me about Troy, Counselor Troy. Don't do that to me. Don't. That is my only.
She hit on her and she turned her down, or what?
Don't do it to me. I can't talk. I can talk when you talk about. I can't talk. I can't talk when you talk about her.
Okay.
She's perfect in every way.
Yeah, Counselor Troy is pretty cool. But there's no such thing as perfect, so I'm not going to go that far.
No, there is, and it's called Counselor Troy. one answer for what is something that is perfect, and the answer is Counselor
Troy.
And now Mikey has to change his underwear.
And she's sharpening a knife for some reason.
You got to pick your times to talk about shit like this. Is better.
Your middle finger, is that a thing?
It's a thing now. I just want to say, folks in the chat, get a good look at Mikey now, because we may not be seeing him anymore after this.
I'm dying. She's pinching me underneath my knees. That's the worst spot to get pinched.
Oh my god, yeah, because the skin is so sensitive. I hate that. There's only one place worse. And
underneath your armpits.
And if I want any monetization, I'm not getting into that.
No, I would take those over this.
No, that's not what I meant.
This is the worst spot to get pinched.
Well,
and you're advertising that?
Yeah. Now I know. You better beware.
I'm ready. I'm ready for your challenge.
We're gonna turn PC Place into a giant mud pit. Sorry, that's one of the
hairy egg is my favorite thing.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Oh.
I love the hairy egg, by the way.
The hairy egg?
I would like to lay eggs. It'd be hairy. To keep it warm, because it's an egg.
Oh, from the we're back to the
Mandalorian.
This is some weird shift that I just wasn't a part of. I don't know what the hell happened.
I was with a hairy egg.
That was a great episode.
It was really good.
Yeah,
I think it's good show. I think it's a very good show.
It is.
And for the people who don't like it, and I saw a girl.
Like we care about those people? Come on.
Stop it, Neil. Other people can hear us.
Okay.
I saw her go absolutely ballistic. Hop on that. I saw her go absolutely ballistic because she said there wasn't enough female representation in episode 1 of The Mandalorian.
I say that it almost became my dumbass tweet of the day for that day.
Like relax. It's literally episode 1. You have no idea what the other characters are.
Yeah.
So ladies and everyone else who wants to white knight for ladies, relax. You don't know what the show is.
Yeah, but wasn't
finish their fucking show before you tell them that they're not including women.
Wasn't the blacksmith a female though? Wasn't she in the first one?
Fucking most badass person in the whole damn show.
And she was in the first episode.
And then you go to episode 4 with
Gina Carano.
Yes, from the
her character was fucking
MMA.
amazing.
Yeah, Gina Carano is great. Love her.
I mean, they could make a whole spin-off series just about her, and I think people would watch it.
I watched that shit
in a heartbeat.
Yes, she's fucking awesome.
These are the kind of Star Wars universe stories we want. We don't want everything to be about the Force. There is so much more they could tell us.
Yeah,
I think John Favreau has done an excellent job with this.
Yep, agreed.
Yep, and now they're going to bring Fuck Dick from the second of the Disney movies in to screw up the second series.
Oh, super duper.
Yeah, and I can't remember what his name is because he pisses me off so much.
I know some people. I might be able to have him taken out.
What the hell is
Disney?
his name?
I'm kidding.
What is that idiot's name? Who destroyed
Burb.
No. Oh fuck!
I mean, the Force Awakens had some major plot point issues in it.
Wait.
But it wasn't a dreadful movie.
Womble Quant? What was it? Womble?
Cockwomble.
Fuck that Womble. Cockwomble.
That cockwomble.
I mean, like I said, the Force Awakens has some major story point issues to it.
Oh, of course.
They should have went with Finn instead of Ren.
It's not a dreadful movie, though. But
the Force Awakens of the new ones,
Jedi
the only one I'm in
is
with.
Actually not a great movie.
Not at all.
No.
I mean,
they stray from it.
It's okay, but come on, this is
a couple of cool scenes, but that's it.
Yeah, they really should have went with Finn as the hero instead of Ren. Finn, his backstory and his character is so much better than hers.
Oh, being an ex-stormtrooper?
Yeah. His backstory, his character alone is so much better.
Yeah, because he would have been on the inside, and he came out of that.
What would have made a lot more sense is if this
this
movie had been actually more about Luke. If they had nothing to do with any Jedi or Force stuff in the first movie, maybe not even Kylo.
Well, it was the Skywalker storyline.
Well, they could have had Snoke or whatever it was leading into what they were. Snoke is a new Dark Force user who's risen. That's fine. So there is still Force stuff there, but you don't even know that Snoke's a Force user at that point. He's just who's ever risen to the top. And then you could have the story. You could have all the story around Finn building up, and then Finn's the one who goes off and finds Luke because they think they need help. That would have made so much more sense.
Yeah.
And you find Luke's where he is, training a new youngling, and that youngling could have been Rey. They could have cast a teenage Rey. And then they would have had their person to take over in the next lot of movies and end the Skywalker stories with Luke dying.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're going to do anyways.
And that would have been brilliant. And said they cheap out on the death of Luke for some stupid Force effect where they wanted to add more Force powers. You're turning them into fucking gods now. It's
Kylo is just such a whiny bitch.
Oh, yes, isn't he? Although, let's be honest, Luke was a whiny bitch too.
Well,
that's true too.
Yeah.
But we were a lot younger and we fell for that shit at that time. And I talked to my little nephew who's like 9, and he loves the new stuff. So,
it's all right, but I was really disappointed in the way things went in the second movie, and I think it could have been such a better story if they'd actually listened to the fans a bit more.
Yeah, if they listened to the fans, we'd have a new Dread movie.
Yeah, the remake was a fuck of a lot better.
Oh, it was so good
than the fucking
Stallone one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, Carl Urban wants to do another Dredd.
They should
behind it, and the fans want it, but no studio will pick it up. It's like, why?
Why?
Yeah, no studio will pick it up. They're having a hell of a time trying to get somebody to pick it up.
There are some fucking badass storylines that they could go with.
Oh yeah,
from the Dredd comics.
I must admit though, as much as Disney pissed me off, Marvel Studios actually does listen to their fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, even down to the fact that Disney fucked up with their dealings with Sony, so that they lost Spidey, and then Marvel Studios steps back in and they make sure a deal happens because the fan wants Spidey still in the Marvel universe.
They got Spidey and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they picked up the Fantastic Four too.
And not only that, because of the way the new deal has gone down,
now they got to get
there's a strong chance Venom will actually end up in the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah.
Along with Spidey. So they're actually looking at letting all the Sony characters coexist and over the long term making this partnership last, which is what the fans wanted. You know?
Well, you got to think about it. Eventually, these companies like Sony or Universal, whoever had their fingers in on any of the Marvel products, you've got to realize that they're an entity now. And eventually, you're going to have to face the facts that you're going to have to let these franchises go because they ultimately belong to Marvel anyways.
Yeah. And if they can make deals with Marvel, they're liable to keep onto it as long as possible. And it's in Marvel's interest too, because Sony are throwing the money at making these extra movies and their universe gets bigger with them having to put out less money.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's a win-win if they're going to be logical about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Marvel's going to do with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, finally we might get a fucking decent one.
I actually liked the newest Fantastic Four till the middle section. The beginning and the end I thought was all right, but the middle section sucked.
Nah, I actually preferred the earlier ones that they made.
The first one, the early one.
Yeah, the
not
okay.
the early
No,
one.
not the early one. That one was so fucking
that was
bad.
Hilarious. That was so bad.
That rubber suit was just
Oh yeah.
The thing's rubber suit.
The second one, I mean, and I had so much hope for the Silver Surfer because Silver Surfer was one of my favorite characters.
That could have been so good.
When they brought this shit in,
because the first movie was
Galactus?
so good.
Yeah, it's like
what?
Yeah, it's like wait a minute, that's not Galactus. What the hell?
Yeah. Considering how good the first of those movies was, they really screwed the shark with the second one.
Oh yeah.
They didn't jump the shark; they fucking screwed it.
It's funny though because the original, the Human Torch for the original movie is now Captain America.
Captain America, yeah,
yeah. Chris Evans. Well, no, not anymore.
Well, no. Now I think was it Rhodes will be like in the comics.
No,
will become
not Rhodes.
No,
guy who plays the
Falcon.
Hawk dude. Falcon.
Yeah, he was
Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon.
Which is funny because the comics it was Winter Soldier who took up the mantle. So
after.
And that was after.
That's after.
That was after Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Falcon took it for a little bit, and then Rhodes took over afterwards.
Shit,
I wonder if that's what they're gonna. Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah, Bucky.
I wonder if that's what their plan is to have Falcon carry it for a while and then just hand it over, and so that it goes in the same pattern.
They'll probably stick to that with like they did with the Captain Event or the Captain Marvel or Captain America. Sorry.
Yeah.
They'll stick to that because it'll be
all right. What was everyone's opinion on Captain Marvel?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I did not like any of the complaints about it. I didn't think her acting was bad. I thought the storyline was pretty good. It wasn't outstanding as far as the Marvel movie went, but it was still fun.
I don't think she played a big enough role in Endgame myself.
Me either.
No, I agree.
Totally agree with that.
With the power she's got, she could have wiped out Thanos' army all by itself.
That's the problem. You bring in a character
in
that
the comic
powerful.
Universe, absolutely she would.
Yeah.
Like Thanos wouldn't stand a fucking chance against the Nova Force at all.
Yeah. And that was, she took out all these ships in one go.
Yeah.
Who?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Oh God!
If y'all don't get your fucking bullshit Marvel Goku fucking character out of here. Every series has a Goku. Captain Marvel / Superman. Exactly. Goku, Naruto. There are certain characters that are unbeatable despite all of the rules of the universe and the
Mikey, who do you think they got the idea for those characters from?
Goku.
No, sir.
Goku.
Superman's a lot older than Goku.
Goku has been since like 1908.
What are you, high? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking liquid. This is liquid.
I figured it was liquid.
Liquid weed. I'm drinking.
Trying to drink solids kind of sucks. Oh no, it doesn't work.
Now you got to try hard. You can't quit. And that's one thing Goku taught me is never to quit. So I drink solids and I don't complain about it. I just do it.
Superman has been around a lot longer than Goku.
Superman is stupidly powerful. So many times they've had to retcon.
Well, he's evolved into that.
Yeah, so many times.
He could only leap tall buildings at one time.
Yeah, the original Superman, he couldn't even fly.
That's right.
Listen here.
Breathing liquids is worse. It's called drowning. Unless, of course, like in the abyss where you drink that fluid and then you can breathe underwater.
You're right, Pirate Katie. Goku is overrated. Vegeta all the way.
If there is any sort of chance where I can get like 30 people in a group off air, unless you want to fucking give us some Patreon bucks, I would love for all of us to watch The Abyss. That is one of my favorite fucking movies. That is.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Same.
Do horror.
I would love to watch it with you guys, like my internet friends. That's a good movie.
That's such a good movie.
I have no doubt it is. But I get nightmares from watching horror flicks. So
whenever water up,
Abyss isn't really a horror movie,
flick so much. It's more of a sci-fi.
Yeah.
I'm scared of water.
Yeah. That water entity thing was a little creepy. I'll give you that one.
Every time in the bathtub, I want to watch it. Because I was like 5 when that came out, so I was like, every time water was like sucking out.
Shit, I feel old.
Every time it was going down the bathtub, I was like,
does that make you feel old? Does it, Neil?
I was like 20 something when that came out.
I was in high school when it came out.
Neil, it's fine. I'm way cooler than everyone else my age.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that, but I don't really have enough data to, or data, or
if you're in your early
that
30s,
actual conclusion myself.
If you're in your early 30s,
I think your opinion's biased.
Please follow Neil at the 604 Atheist on Twitter, and then please subscribe to Neil the 604 Atheist at YouTube.com or wherever the fuck it is.
So
and then go to his Patreon. Patreon.com/Neil the 604 Atheist. So if you think you're cooler than me, please visit these sites. Money, let Neil know how much cooler you are than me.
All right. So Pirate Kitty has come in with the statistics. Thank you, Pirate Kitty.
What she got?
Superman created 1938.
So
Goku created 1984.
So Goku's way before.
If we were living in Bizarro world, yes.
Yeah, but Superman is broken.
Other than that,
bullshit and cheap.
Apparently, Superman's 51 years before.
Oh wow,
Goku.
we're creeping up to 4 hours, guys.
I know.
Yeah, but when it's an organic conversation, you really can't put time on it.
I know.
I was expecting to be part of the after show at this point because I had the potty and then I got attacked by somebody off screen.
Well, you were going on about what the hell was her name?
Deanna Troy.
Yeah, Deanna Troy.
That's why she attacked me because she was jealous of the counselor. Ow! Don't pinch me while I'm streaming. Don't wag your finger at me either. She's Deanna Troy. I get to say that she is.
Can she hear us? Can she hear us?
Kind of. Are you going to drink?
His ass.
She's gonna drink my drink as punishment. Joke's on you, baby boo. I got more in the fucking.
We were talking about what a way to bring this full circle. We were talking about drinking urine at the beginning.
She's pouring my drink out as punishment. That's not funny. That's a waste of money. Oh, she's drinking it. Even better.
It's not a waste of money. Dude, you know damn well that I do. We only rent alcohol. It goes right through you.
I had no experience of that alcohol.
Well, that's your fault.
She has 2 straws in her mouth. One is sweet red wine and one is mine.
Oh my God. 2 straws? So you guys were going to share it like it was, a fucking float or something in a 50s diner?
She stole 2 couples' drinks and ran into the parking lot and has 2 straws of 2 different shakes in her mouth. That's what she's doing.
That's expert level.
She's a monster. I didn't mean that, baby. Please don't kill me.
If she does, let her know I know how to hide the bodies. I work in a lab. We have acids.
Don't take my eyes out like Neil taught you.
Okay, you guys, I got to bring this to a close. It is getting to be the point where, because I actually have to get up early tomorrow to go and do some shit with my mom. So, moms are important. Orla will eat the body. Okay, that's like the #1 comment on any of my streams, I think. All right. Thanks again, Jen, for joining me today. And thanks to ETC, man, jumping in for the first time. That's awesome.
Oh, you nailed it, bro. You did
it. Appreciate it.
You did that shit.
Sure. And of course, BBA, he's furniture. And Mikey, thanks for jumping in, dude. It's often that I don't see you around much these days, but I know you're a busy.
I'm a busy man doing busy man things.
All right, Flex McGee.
Feel intimidated.
Yeah, look at me shaking. Anyway, until next time, guys, thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you guys had a good time. Until next time, but like I always say at the end of these things, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we will see you guys next time. Cheers.